me,
super bad.
and we can get into the session.
Yes.
Uh, Welcome back, everyone, to Avaralos. Last time,
We fucked up a bunch of raptors.
Yeah.
I'll just read the session
They
summary
fucked us
straight.
up.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's
Beals
fine.
is in
We,
here
we
now.
lived.
Iracunda
We-
fucked them up in the ass, like 3 ways to Sunday.
That was 2
yeah.
sessions ago. Oh wait, no, the Eric
No, that was,
That
fight
that
with
was
me.
last session.
I thought you were talking about the fight with
No,
Ericunda.
he fucked us up.
He fucked us up,
Uh,
and then
he
he
fucked up
fucked the raptors up.
Yeah.
Native. Last time was the reptile scuffle. The explorers licked their wounds from a short rest for a short time at the grotto, where they had just battled the living ivory statue. Breezy approached the group, amazed by their feat. The group asked him many questions, but none that he could truly answer. He informed them that he and his hunting party would head home, and would meet them in 15 days at the glassberry trees. The explorers traveled for 2 more days through the wilderness before discovering an area that was plentiful of 12 different kinds of berry bushes. The explorers began to pick and eat them, discovering that 2 of the 12 were poisonous. As they did, they were ambushed by a group of raptor-like creatures that had been stalking them for 3 days. It was an intense battle. Randor was struck by one of these creatures, dealing a deadly blow. He fell to the ground, turning into a pile of bones. Nala, seeing his companions in grave danger, summoned Iracunda to aid them in the fight. Iracunda charged in, slaying 2 of the beasts and injuring another before disappearing. Once the fight was finished, Randor's body reformed, but was still skeletal. In his state of near death, he had a vision. He heard the sounds of stone crumbling, screaming, and running. He suddenly felt severe pain in his lower half. His eyes opened, finding himself trapped beneath a massive chunk of marbled stone. He appeared to be in a throne room, and the architecture was that of the city he saw in his prior vision. He was not alone, though. There was an elven woman. She ran up and started trying to pull him free. She begged him uh, to be free in a language he did not know, but understood clearly, calling him Abaroth. The name seemed strangely familiar to him, but he could not place it. There were others in the room as well, a young elf man and woman. The young woman carried a swaddled baby in her arms. The young man ran up and started to try to push the stonework off of him. Randor heard himself speak. It was his voice, but its cadence was different, more regal and serious. He called the elder woman Talia and told her that he was doomed, but they must live. With a wave of his hand, he opened a portal to the Feywild. The young man was distraught with anger, and the young woman in tears brought the young child to him. He took the hand of the 6-month-old half-elf and said, "I am sorry I will not be there to raise you, Randor." He then embraced the other 2 children, calling them William and Lilith. He promised them his soul would not rest until he found them. After saying
The
goodbye to
kingdoms
his
of
wife
Odysseum
one
have
last
been
time,
striving to
he
gain
moved his
power
hand
over
again,
one
causing
another
a great
for
wind to
centuries.
push his family
There have been
through the
wars,
portal.
treaties, despair
Once
for
it
some,
closed,
and
he saw the
prosperity for
ceiling
many.
above him
With the
break
lands of
open
Odysseum
to
almost
reveal
entirely
a quickly moving sky, but this time he was nowhere near the clouds. There was a massive crash, and Randor woke up, being inspected by the group, and with a fairy in his ribcage. He quickly activated his necklace, changing his form to appear human again. The group now knew the truth. Randor was an undead creature. Though none of them seemed to be afraid to have such a monster in their midst, though in the backs of their minds they knew if he tried anything heinous, they would be sure to return him to the earth. Randor stepped away from the group to think. He attempted to recreate the hand motions and sigils he saw in his vision, and was mildly successful, though the magic lacked the power to function. While the group rested and carved the creatures they had slain, Zahar spoke with Niran, asking him where he came from and why he was on this expedition. Niran tried to pretend he didn't speak common and swapped to another language that Zahar just so happened to also speak. Niran, now cornered, started to tell Zahar everything. He and Kai's potion shop was attacked by the Yakuzawa family. They decided to flee the city, dispatching the attackers. Kai had connections on the docks that were able to, so was able to quickly chart a boat for Belterre. Once they arrived there, they were ambushed by more Yakuzawa that had taken over the docks. They fought them and, against all odds, won. Before getting on the boat, Kai decided to leave the katana he had taken off the group that had attacked his shop. Zahar, amused by this story, revealed some information about herself. She showed him the tattoo on her arm of the ghostly ethereal dragon, the mark of the Arasaka family, also known as the Assassin family. She told him that she was sent here to the New World to kill some people that had killed some lieutenants and joined the expedition to escape. But she wasn't going to do that just yet, at least not before she got both sides of the story. She also mentioned she had her own personal reasons for being on this expedition. Right before the group were about to go to sleep, Morgiana felt a surge in power in her hand and sudden urge to touch Wilvelia. Well, when she did, her eyes shined a bright purple, and she began to rapidly write on the map, revealing to the party 4 locations of interest, not being too far from where they rest. After filling out these locations, Wilvelia passed out. As this occurred on Paradune, the group assumed it was a blessing from her. In the morning, the party journeyed to the direction of the closest spot that had been revealed to them, carrying the still unconscious Wilvelia. They soon arrived in a clearing with a large carved boulder at its center. On it, the party discovered what appeared to be sheet music and lyrics in a language only Randor partly recognized, though he did not know why. After some time, they were able to decipher the words and melody. It appeared to be the first verse of a song. Oh, they say 'tis a hanging soon I will be, my body twisting from yonder oak tree, for daring to think that a man could live free. But though I may die, 'tis a harper I'll be. The strings of my harp will never be stilled. The green of the shamrock still grows on the hill of. For the music of Rylan is her strength and her will, and the soul of a harper no mortal can kill. The name Rylan seemed familiar to Randor, but he could not place it. Some of the group played and sang the verse, causing the carving on the stone to shine a bright blue, but nothing else occurred. As dusk approached, the group concluded that the other spots that were revealed to them must have more verses of the song, and they began to set up camp for the night. And then I won't read the meta information that was revealed. If you want to, this tab that I showed everyone is all of the session summaries and meta information in one thing.
God, I
So
love
if you
it.
ever want to catch up on what's happened in the campaign so far, it's a read.
I apologize to the recording. The intro wasn't in it because I forgot to press record, and I was fucked up transitions, so the intro started playing while Dan was talking. So I apologize, but we're good now. Everything's fine. Technical difficulty.
This is D&D. We always have a level of scuff.
Fucking technical difficulty.
Yep. So we're gonna start this session by going back in time a little bit.
Woo!
Because people did off session carve those monsters and get various bits. They also got a lot of meat. Like
Meat.
I think it's like 480 pounds of meat.
Oh fuck.
It was a lot of meat.
And Fiery is not with us tonight because I think his gallbladder exploded. But he had an idea to. I did the math, and the meat would spoil before you got back to the base, the boat. So Fiery suggested, with his skill in survival, to smoke the meat. Which
How's it going, guys?
meat smoked for 8 hours will last a week. Meat smoked for a day will last a month. That's actual real world math.
Okay.
The basics of it is, though, you have to build the smoker over the course of a long rest. So basically, if the group can succeed in a group survival check, you guys can build a rough smoker out of mud, sticks, and clay. And then you'll have to do it over the long rest that is happening at the square you are now again for a total of 8 hours smoke. So 4 hours smoke the first long rest and 4 hours smoke the next long rest.
Hey Van,
Yes?
since this is a survival check, would Fiery and I, since we both have the survivalist talents, have advantage on this check?
I
Drop
also
your
have that.
drop all of your survivalist talents.
I don't think I have such.
Because we can craft fires, shelters, cook food, etc., without the need to perform the thing.
And Ninja and I both have
Uh,
pioneering.
Like, I can just cook that food without necessarily having to
Okay.
roll this.
Okay, cooking the food is different. Like you guys cook some of that food that night to eat for dinner, but like just grilling the meat, it isn't going to keep it from spoiling. The
That's
actual
why I'm not.
process of smoking. Yeah.
That's why I wasn't
I
asking for
I
the auto
I
succeed.
I will give advantage to Nala, Niran, and Kai, and probably Fiery. So, but it's going to be a fairly high DC. Hold on, let me write it down before it's going to be fairly high DC. All
And you
right.
said it's a group check,
Sure.
right?
It's a group check, so everyone makes survival checks because I imagine the entire group would attempt to help
Survival?
in this. Survival
Yeah.
at advantage. Some of you at advantage, some of you not.
Okay.
Whoever I told at advantage.
Survival
Before I roll, Van,
+1.
we can change what it's rolling off of. Is there something
Mhm.
you want to specifically roll this off of?
No, just survival right now.
Okay, because last time you
I
had me change it, I'm not sure what it's supposed to be.
I would like to
Weird.
apologize to the party
Critted.
in advance. I am very sorry.
Oh wow,
Will be.
Is that
Uh,
for Fiery?
that's for
Yeah, it's for
fiery.
fire.
Oh, jeez.
That's insanely low.
I rolled a 5
Mm.
on my cam.
Uh,
But I have a
Well,
+1.
Niran did crit, so would that help any of the lower rolls?
I
One,
also got a
2, 3,
20,
4,
so
5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
The crit counts as 2 successes.
Okay.
Well, you
I
caught
got a
up
dirty
for
20,
minor
so-
fiery slack at least.
So
Uh,
Kai and Niran already apply potentially 3 successes because of 20 and higher.
I got a dirty 20,
yeah,
thanks to
uh,
expertise in that.
There's 6 rolls there. We're missing 2 people.
We're missing
Randall did
Deal.
his off camera, and it's just deals.
Yeah, deals. It needs a survival check.
I gave it to you. It's 2 GM.
Oh, all right. 15. No, okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Come on.
Oh shit. That was survival dexterity. Did you want me to change that?
Yeah. If you rolled it off dexterity, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Wizards will be.
That's what I was trying to get at earlier. Is that you'd had me change it last time because of
Mhm.
what I was doing.
Well, because the carving check specifically said to do it dex.
Yeah,
There you go.
slightly better.
All right.
How do you have a lower modifier but roll better?
How?
I have
My
returned.
I'd
Welcome
like
back.
my survival based people to just all make me an additional survival check, just straight.
So not Randor. Got it.
Not Randor. Those that had advantage, go ahead and make another one just straight.
Ugh.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
What? Why'd you
Oh.
roll a nat 1? I'm confused now.
Jeez.
You guys already rolled though.
No, I was asking everyone that
You just asked-
had advantage earlier to roll another survival check
So,
for different things.
Okay.
but not an advantage.
Oh yeah, forgot not advantage, so 15.
All right. So,
Expertise
guys-
in survival, kind and clutch, baby.
so it's not exactly a massive success. You guys,
With my luck, I went into the first one.
I'll be right back.
All right, Vinny.
so, uh, you guys set up the smoker and you put the meat in it. It goes for about 3 hours. Until Kai, you walk around back of it and you find an area where it wasn't plugged up right, and the smoke has just been escaping from the back.
Oh shit.
So whereas it was going to get 4 hours of smoke, it probably got about an hour and a half of smoke, coming out to 2.5 at the end of the rest.
I'm so
So
sorry
it's
for my
still-
one.
It's still semi-preserved. It's not like any amount of smoke helps preserve it. It's not, and it's just not won't last as long, and you still have another smoke cycle to do.
Yeah.
So
How much meat was this
lo-
again?
I believe it's 480 pounds.
It's a lot of meat.
Alright.
I'd have to go through 3 different people's sheets to find.
I was about to say there's no way Randor is gonna be able to smoke this and while he
Also, I
walks.
think-
Then
I think Nala is having to carry Kai's portion because I don't think Kai can carry the 135 pounds that he got. Am I wrong?
I mean, Nala can.
I
just-
highly doubt it.
I won't be able to carry much more because technically the jogging meat doesn't have it because it's just an inventory slot. Doesn't tell me how much like that's going to affect my weight modifier, so I don't know.
wait, so
Yeah,
so
you'd have to carry Kai's, and Fiery
guarantee
can
you count as-
Viandis can carry
you-
his.
You do count as large for yours, so
we are
Yeah, no, just
we are
everything
100
else I have.
we are
Yeah.
100%
So now-
unencumbered.
Now we get to the second long rest. So I need
Okay.
I need the group check again.
Okay.
So those that had advantage roll advantage again, and then everyone else just give a
Great.
survival check.
It rolls. Okay,
Morgiana, that's a 20.
I'm gonna trust and roll 20 this time.
I
Hey,
feel like
there
this
we
time,
go.
Morgiana's like, now I know what I'm doing.
Just
Okay,
17.
fire.
not bad.
just trust and roll 20 and everything
Alright.
works out.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah.
Let's fucking
There
go.
we go.
Hey.
Yeah,
We're getting the
that's
good-
enough.
we're getting the
That's
good
enough
smoke.
successes. Yep. That's 1. That's 4.
That's
Teamwork.
5. Yeah, that's
Like,
enough successes.
just between Morgiana and me. We already do the half the party succeeds.
Oh, well, I would have rolled a 19 for a 20 anyway on my regular dice. Fuck me, I guess.
All right. So this second night, you guys put together this muddy, sandy smoker and smoke the rest of the meat for about 4 hours. I'll say with the 2 natural 20s, you actually get 6 hours of smoke because you were able to set it up faster. This long rest goes by. Wilvella still does not wake up in the morning.
Oh my god. Did we break her?
Oh boy, we
Uh,
killed the party member.
I'm gonna look to my wise grung friend who I hope is decent with medicine, seeing as how he's worked with potions and the like. Does she still have a pulse, good sir?
I can check.
Oh god, that would suck.
Going to put the.
You can see she's
put on a
breathing.
glove.
You can just see she's breathing.
Okay. She's at least breathing, so she's alive. She's just. What my best guess is that magic must have overwhelmed her. I don't know how long she'll be unconscious for, but
So it probably made her
at least
very
for
tired.
now, most likely. But
All right.
at the very least, we've made it to an end of to a coast, which most likely, if we follow it, then we most likely be able to reach back to the boat soon.
You
Which-
guys have figured out where you are on the map. You'll have to journey through some unidentified area, which will mean there's a chance of getting lost between here and the boat. but you guys have a pretty good bearing because you've explored a lot of surrounding area. It'll be very hard for you guys to get lost.
Can't we just follow the coastline down?
That
you
does take us
you've
like 1 or 2 squares out of the way.
yeah, you notice the coastline is actually continuing this direction.
So we could just go, like, sort of east, southeast, basically.
We could
So
follow
this-
it, but
this-
it takes like double the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would take an extra day or an extra
But
bit.
we could determine by operation that if we just go slightly in this other direction, that we could potentially get to the boat.
Yeah, you know which direction to go to get back to the boat.
Okay.
It's just the unexplored terrain between you and there.
Okay, what do we need to roll for that again?
Which direction are you guys going?
I would assume straight
You
towards the
wanting to
boat.
go just straight down?
Yeah, 'cause we can't explore anymore.
If Wilvella doesn't wake up today, then we might just need to get somebody with medical attention, which might be at the boat. So.
All right, survival
might be our
checks
best
all
bet.
around.
Oh boy!
Oh,
All right, I'm
okay.
gonna roll another real die.
Yeah, just so many survival checks this
You
session.
cannot be serious. You cannot. You can actually not be serious right now. Gold dice.
What'd
You
you
can't.
do?
I rolled a 2.
Give me a minute. I'm checking something.
That's plus
rolled a
1, so I
3.
rolled a 3.
Are you checking to
got a
see if people
3.
can you have the ability to not make people be lost around you?
Yes. Because I feel like I do.
God damn it. God.
I'm trying. The only problem with Tasha's Plus is that there's so much in Canny Explorer that I can't read all of it easily.
Can you control F?
Well, I can do this.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I was about to say
That's why I say I have a lot.
Scout, Guide,
Um,
Pathfinder. Difficult terrain doesn't slow your travel. Advantage on
'Cause guide
intelligence
is
or
more-
nature checks or wisdom or
It might be the
wilderness.
last one, very bottom
Guide.
one.
You can guide the travel for a group of up to 6 creatures while guided by you. Your group can move stealthily while
That's
traveling at a
odd.
normal pace.
No, that's
I feel
just
like that's
stealthily.
odd considering Base Ranger made it so someone couldn't be lost. Well, guess I can't help. I'm sorry,
doesn't
guys.
seem you have it.
Which
So
is
that
weird
was,
that is the one thing that is removed,
Man,
but
that would.
fricking hell.
Wow.
Gosh, there's so many. Nala,
Well,
is this a fresh roll from you?
I failed.
This
Unfortunately,
12?
I rolled the worst.
We're lost. I'm sorry.
12, 7.
I can
24.
fly up, so does that make
Wait.
that nat 20 any better?
Wait,
Oh
wait,
yeah, I can
wait,
fly as
wait,
well.
wait,
Is
wait,
there
wait.
anything I can help with?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, flyers take advantage.
No, never mind.
I don't need advantage.
Well,
Nala got a nat
do
20 on
just
it.
in-
Where? What? I see.
Niran, are you rolling at advantage?
yes.
I
we-
just rolled my advantage one, and my first roll was better. So
Yeah,
Dang.
yeah, we're dead. So
Oh, jeez.
has
Right.
Byrie
We're
rolled?
dead. It's fine.
He hasn't.
I have nothing.
Because that's a 24, a 15, and I think Deal said that he sent his with a nat 20.
If
He did.
If me and Niran scout from the sky, could I argue advantage so I could get a better viewpoint?
You guys are not lost.
Oh, lit.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Never
20
mind. I'll
factor-
shut.
20 saved
I'll
us.
shut the fuck up.
Deals, thank you.
Oh shit.
Back to boat, please.
So we have to stop there for a little bit, and then we continue on at a normal thing because we already know.
Okay.
Yay.
But yeah, I'm almost sure that was part of. Base
so is there
Ranger.
anything special
Oh.
with this space? I know you
Um,
can't show it to us, but
You guys just walk through thick forest. What you do find is you have to cross over. You have to ford a river.
Oh.
Can I do a nature check
And-
to see if there's fish in this river?
It spills out into the ocean, but you can all assume that it is the exit to the river you found here that empties out into the ocean.
How wide is it?
Can I check for life in that river?
Go ahead and roll a nature check.
How wide is this across? Like about the same as last time we saw it.
80 feet.
Oh fuck!
Seemed to widen up a bit.
Yikes! Okay.
Now over here showing off to the entire party. See these are wading boots, and he's just letting you guys just walk through the water.
Nala, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh shit!
Oh no.
Ah, hubris.
You see some. You would imagine, Zahar. You would imagine there's a lot of life in this lake, this river, moving back and forth between the inland and the ocean. Nala, as you go to wade in with your boots, you do catch yourself, but like one of your feet sink all the way like another like 6 feet down, like, and you come up to your neck in water, but you do not plunge all the way under the water, as there you find like a little underwater dip where it gets very deep.
It's very deep here, guys.
Randor
I'm gonna play around and yell, "Watch out for crocodiles!"
Randor would like to jump on
No,
top.
your waders flood with water.
Ooh.
Wet feet. Haven't felt that in a while.
Randor will jump on top of Nala's head.
What are you doing?
Nala, you are now very heavy and hard to move. It is hard to move.
Oh, oops.
Does the water not help at all? Because I mean, I can give my brother a piggyback ride underwater.
I was gonna say I'm only 20 pounds, but I didn't
It's
want
more
to.
the fact that his waders are now full of water.
Yeah.
Right.
And he also has a skeleton on his head.
Well, I was about to say if I touch the water, I'm just gonna start fucking
How much
cartwheeling down the
further
fucking
across?
waterfall.
You got like 10 feet into the water.
So there's still like 70 feet across.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Niren,
Maybe best to find
I have some rope, right?
another way around this. I know. Back onto the shore, and I'm gonna like, just walk up onto the shore. The first thing I'm gonna do is empty out my boots, and then after I've done that,
Give me a strength check. As you get more and more out of the water.
for what?
Just strength check to see if you can. Your legs are entirely held down by water and mud right now.
Hey Van,
The muck has hold of you.
how tall are the trees nearby?
Niren's just gonna swoop past.
There's about a
the tree.
15 to 10 foot like spacing between the river and the trees.
Okay.
They're like 30-40 feet tall.
So it's still not big enough.
Niren's gonna...
I have some rope, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna fly across, anchor some rope on one side, and anchor it on the other side.
Make me a survival check. Lots of those this session.
I wish we had some taller trees because I had an idea that could have worked, but
Can
Um,
Niren
we need to
just
be
kind of
higher.
You
swoop
can't
down
find a decent enough place to make it to anchor things. So the ground here is very soft.
I have an idea.
Can I yell to Niren to help me look?
Van, do I get out of the water?
Yes.
Cool. After dumping my boots and putting them back on, I look at my party and I go, "Who would like a cross first?"
I'll look at Nala and say, I actually have an idea.
You just notice him like rolling his like shoulder and everything as he looks at you. Yes. What is that?
Well, I know you're strong, but some of us are heavy. The trees aren't tall enough, but they might be tall enough to make some type of slingshot if you can pull one down. And I have the spell Featherfall.
Catapult.
Okay. While these two are talking, I need everyone else to make perception checks.
Okay.
I'm just
Can I
trying to.
take-
Can I take my passive?
I'm just trying to
Sure.
come up with an
I mean,
idea
16.
because
Okay.
Featherfall, as we all know, keeps the momentum.
So, Zahar, as you're hearing this conversation about setting up a catapult, you look like 60 feet further downriver, and you see like a deer come out of the tree line and then run across the river where it's not as deep and
God damn
into
it.
the woods beyond it.
God damn it.
Do I see this as well with a 23?
Yes, you do.
I'm gonna turn to Kai and kind of just motion like follow me.
Just the both of us just nod at each other.
I mean, Kai could get
Just
across
go.
at any point. Kai can see
I know.
I
across.
mean, so
I
can
can.
Zahar and Niran.
I'm just sleep.
Random, I
I'm
was just
just
telling this.
lazy
You
today.
just notice like Nala's like doing stretches, and he's like looking and grabbing like smaller and larger rocks as he's just like testing their weight. As he's just like eyeing you and seeing how much you weigh.
It's 20 pounds.
Hey Kai, can I speak to you for a
26
second?
pounds.
Of.
So can I
Well-
speak to you, Kai, for a second? Over here.
Oh, 20. Yeah, no, that works.
Oh God. I'm
Yes,
scared.
you can throw the skeleton.
But can he throw the skeleton 80 feet?
Uh-oh.
It's true, it doesn't have a distance.
It just says it provides ranged weapon attack. So a base ranged weapon, I think the
It's 60 to
shortest
120.
is 60 to 120. 80 is an average for that. 60 is the minimum. 120 is the maximum without disadvantage, I believe.
Yep. This
I
is
think
true.
once you're in the long range, you're at disadvantage.
No, 120, you're not at disadvantage.
I believe so.
After. I can look it
Eh,
up.
what-
I don't think so.
After
Okay.
120, you're at
So-
disadvantage.
Is
Yeah.
really all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember because you did that to
Hmm.
Panic.
All right.
Yana is still just glaring at the water.
We did that with javelins for Bear Gun as
I'll
well.
give you a boulder toss at disadvantage with the skeleton.
Oh god.
So I think the first thing I'm gonna do, just in case, is I will tie a little bit of rope around him. So if I do miss, I can just drag him back.
That would be
Pulls back
appreciated.
singular bone. Just pulls back the spine.
Yeah, no, that would suck.
I'm gonna sit in a tree and
Is that how
watch.
that would work?
No, it's not how that would work.
I just imagine at this point, Kai and the fairy are already on the other side, and no one has noticed that they're just sitting there yet.
No, we've committed to this bit.
So I'm gonna tie some rope around him, and then I'm just gonna. All right, now let's see how far you can go.
I'm assuming
Remember, if this doesn't work, we could just see what's under the water.
Randor just
Fishing time, guys!
Niren's
looks at
gonna
him
fly
as
to the other
in fear.
Fairy, how much do you bet that one of them is gonna fall directly in the middle of the river?
Oh, I'm
Oh,
actually...
Jesus fuck, Austin.
You throw the skeleton.
I just want to see the first one.
Alright, Van, how close am I getting to the water?
Oh no, you clear the water.
Oh,
You clear a
cool.
few trees too.
Oh.
Dun, 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 dun.
Can I grab onto anything like a tree, or should I cast Featherfall?
Kai just holds up.
Do you want to make physical contact with an object,
I want to try to grab some
or cast Featherfall?
I want to try to grab some branches to slow down if
Okay.
I'm going slow enough.
You were at an arc, and you're coming down from that arc, and you're gaining speed.
Yeah, I'll just cast Featherfall.
All right,
You mean the thing that
The
you just already
skeleton-
stated can keeps your momentum?
but you don't take damage.
Fair enough. So,
Yeah, you
for
break
curiosity-
you break a bunch of branches as you fall through a tree.
So on a 14, I cleared 80 feet plus.
Just cause it's Wayne.
Yeah, I'm 20 pounds.
Just because he's light. Okay, gotcha.
I'm 20 pounds.
Like, you just see it. It's just gonna like zoom back to Nala, and he's just like doing that thing where it's
All
like
right, so
hand over his eyes, staring out. Whew, that was a
the,
nice
skele-
toss.
the skeleton that could have easily just walked through the river has been thrown across the river.
Oh, I thought the
And the
current would
only
have swept
person
me
left
away.
The only person that has yet to cross the river is the only one that
Hey,
couldn't
I have a question.
earlier.
I have a question, Austin. How long was that rope?
Wait, can
It was
Frey cross
probably
the
like
river?
10 feet.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say
Ren-
The
Frey
rope went
and
with you.
Morgiana haven't moved yet.
Randor
Yeah.
will walk back to the river and be like, "We
You
did
two
it.
would've-
I'll
you
tie
two would've
this to."
seen the
Oh,
crossing spot.
Wait, what?
I had a perception of 5.
You two would have noticed Kai and Zahar
I-
moving
I
across.
probably would have followed them.
Does-
I
does-
followed
Yeah.
them.
when-
Randor,
yeah.
you are currently 20 feet up a tree, and your eye socket, your skeleton eye socket, is hung on a branch, and you're just kind of there.
Oh, this is uncomfortable.
Randall, you okay up there?
Randor will un.
It's a pretty nasty sight because you all see him still in his human form. There's no blood or anything, but you're imagining like what it would look like if
Ren-
his form was real.
Randor will kind of
Uh,
slide the
uh,
branch out of his eye
you're-
socket
yeah,
and slide down the tree. All good.
All right.
That's good.
I
do
do
I
not.
notice them?
I do
Yes,
not.
Nala
yeah.
noticed that everyone else is over the other side. Yep.
I do not.
Everyone else has gotten to everyone else has gotten to the other side, and only their feet are wet.
Nala, I
Something is amiss, Nala.
I do not think the 10 feet of rope is going to get you across.
Kind of just
Hmm.
imagine because it's an 80 feet cross, right? So they're just screaming across the fucking.
Yeah, I could imagine Nala doing a big
Is this-
jump.
Is this water like really fast, or is it just like a slow thing? Like, could I swim this?
I love
You could swim it
Austin's
if you wanted
character
to,
right
but
now.
The only reason you couldn't swim it last time is because your boots immediately filled up, and then they anchored you to the ground.
Cool. I'm gonna put my boots and like just secure them with my backpack, and then I'm gonna. I'm a barbarian. I don't care how you guys got across. I'm swimming this fucking
Yeah.
river.
Yeah, you swim across. All right, and with that, everyone finally crosses the river.
God damn it.
A simple one-off joke turned into like 20 minutes of crossing a river. I got you guys. I got you. All right, and the rest of your day of travel goes actually much quicker as you guys find a pretty clear path along the coast and beach
Hey.
line, allowing you to reach your destination a little bit earlier in the day.
Oh, they've been
As
clearing up behind us.
No, you didn't come from this direction. You just
No,
found
but-
a fairly clear spot.
Ah.
You walked across the beach, basically.
Well, damn, well, damn.
Were there any crabs?
Were there any crabs? Graham.
Did one have a knife?
No, stop!
Nope,
Not
no
crabby
crabs
as the
alive
mighty.
Whoa!
Wait, what
there's a lot of
happened?
People.
Yeah, there's so many people
You
now.
guys arrived. Yeah, you can also notice that there has been some amount of progress made here. Trees have been chopped down. Rocks have been moved.
Oh shit.
You guys actually re-enter up here at this. Actually, if you guys came across on the coast, you guys would be over
way on the other
here.
side.
Yeah.
over here.
Somewhere over here.
So you guys would
Hi,
just
hi.
come across.
So is
you would
Bella still fucking
recognize-
knocked out?
Yes, she is still asleep.
Okay.
You guys would see two members of the ship crew that are currently processing these logs into smaller chunks, firewood, and planks. And you hear the sounds of wood chopping and rope like wrapping around stumps and such.
If I may ask,
As
what is their
The work
process
is being done here.
on the wood plank? No,
Um,
you don't want to go that into detail. I'm just curious.
Process or progress?
like process of going trunk to plank, going back to another trunk, turning into plank.
They get a log, they stand it upright, and they cut off a slice. And then they go in, they cut off another slice. Actually, there's a really cool diagram online on how a log is actually cut into pieces and like into the boards and stuff. So it's exactly that. I'll find it later. But they get a good amount of planks and useful bits out of a log.
I had to look
Could
that
we
up.
make that
That
It's
sounds
very
sounds
slow
cool.
going because It's very slow going because they're doing it with hand tools instead of any kind of machinery,
Right.
and it takes the both of them to move this saw through a log.
That's kind of dope. Okay.
It's like one of those two-person saws.
Oh, that thing. Wow.
Hmm.
Wow.
Eventually,
And
we'll have a house.
this guy, this one turns around and just goes, "Oh, you know, fuck, I owe him money."
What? Wait.
What?
Huh?
Are you
There was a
betting
bet
that
going
we
on.
wouldn't make it alive?
Wow.
this guy comes around. Ha! 2 silver. Pay up.
Damn. This man just got robbed.
And he'll begrudgingly toss him 2 coin from a very empty coin sack. It's a very sad coin
Aw.
sack, and he
Oh
goes,
no.
"You probably want to speak to the mayor."
Yes.
But first,
Where is he?
there a doctor?
And they'll both look at their like badly bandaged hands.
Shit.
Oh no.
I believe there's some people on the boat that can help you.
Randor kind of looks over at Kai.
Oh no.
And kind of has this grimace on his face like, don't tell me that the guy with poison hands is the only fucking person with a degree in bachelor's.
Wait a minute.
Alright, what are you guys doing? You guys can move your tokens.
I think it would. I think it'd be good if we split up. Some people to maybe go search the boat for Wilva or
For
some help with Wilvella.
Probably take
Yeah.
Kai with them.
Yeah.
Considering
Yeah.
Null's basically having to carry Wilvella, that's what he's doing.
Frey's gonna
Oh,
stay.
we didn't
Frey's
discuss
not...
like what happened when he sank into the water with Ravella on his back.
Hey man.
Oh, you're right.
Right.
Well, floated.
Oh,
Thankfully,
okay.
she floats for some reason.
Morgiana will probably go with Nala because she's one of like the older, friendlier faces that Wilvella has. That could be nice to wake up with a
So
friend.
the 4 that have moved forward, you all notice right here, right about here near this other gentleman is a small grave, and like a cross, like a branch cross that's crudely stuck into the ground.
Oh, I'm going to investigate that. I'm going.
Hey Van.
Naren will follow
Hmm?
Freya. Frey? Frey.
You Frey.
Sorry.
Right here.
Yes, Deals? Uh-huh.
Right here. Is that one of like?
Yep. That is the female knight.
Yeah, I'd like to go talk to her.
Alright. So, as the group approaches the grave, it's just an unmarked grave covered in stone.
What's this guy doing?
He's standing, he's had his back to it, and he's looking at this tree, trying to figure out, like, he's clearly, like, looking which way he wants to make it fall.
Frey's gonna walk over to him and kind of like gently tap on his shoulder to get his attention.
Huh? What do you want?
Oh my god! Wait,
This
was he like
big,
startled?
gruff... kinda.
Oh, Frey's gonna like jump because he wasn't expecting him to like shout like that, and he's like, "I'm sorry to interrupt, but what happened?" And he's gonna point towards the grave.
Ah, stupid kid. Didn't know what timber meant.
Oh!
And he just spits on the grave.
Wait a minute!
Jesus.
Yeah, Niren's gonna have an issue with this.
What just
Oh,
happened?
that's
Whoa!
He
The
did
child
kind
got
of-
crushed by a falling tree.
hold on. Frey he squints at the guy and he's like, I'm sorry, what? he's he's visibly angry
Ra-
at this point. You
Randor didn't really get
Ooh.
all of that, so he just watched a guy spit on the grave, and he just kind of like raises an eyebrow, like, "Bro, what the fuck?" Kind of
Niran has
disrespectful shit
procured
over
his
here.
punch dagger.
Frey, he's visibly angry, but he's gonna try his best. He's like, "Can you explain what happened?"
He raises an eyebrow, very confused. We was cutting down a tree. It fell on him. He wasn't paying attention.
How old
We
was
yelled.
this child?
There's a young kid on the crew. I don't know, 17, 20? I don't know.
And did you say anything before the tree fell?
I said I yelled. Those
Niran's
of
gonna
you would
step-
remember like there's like 2 or 3 of the crew in your memory that were fairly young. Like they didn't have any way of making money, and thus a sailing ship was their best opportunity.
Randor's gonna roll insight on this guy.
Oh,
Fuck. The 9 plus 1.
9.
It's 10.
He seems like he's telling the truth.
Even with a 10, it's the same.
It seems like he's telling the truth.
Niran's gonna
Yeah.
step real close, real fast, and get in the guy's face.
oh.
And he's just gonna start shouting.
Can I
about
help
show-
you?
Maybe you should show the dead some respect. He didn't ask to be crushed, and he didn't ask to be here.
Well, shouldn't have gotten on the boat. We all came here knowing the risk. So did he.
Frey? Oh.
Now, excuse me,
Frey's
I
gonna,
got a
like-
tree to chop down.
Niran's gonna produce the dagger against his throat, not pushing it in. And he's just going to say in a very low tone, I hope we show you the same remorse if shall you die on this journey. And then walk away.
Frey's gonna he's gonna aggressively poke at this man's chest, and he's gonna be like, "You all joined to start something new. If you want respect for yourself, show everyone else respect." And he's so pissed. He's trying so hard to be polite, but he's pissed. then he's like-
At this, he just looks at the group and he throws down his axe and he just starts walking towards the boats.
All right.
Oh joy.
I'm assuming this was all in common,
Come on,
right?
Bella.
We're all talking in common, right? So I'm gonna go over and explain the entire situation to Randor.
Randor will get it after a couple minutes. He doesn't need it. He's trying to learn anyway.
Okay.
But
Okay.
he will walk up to this grave and kind of sadly look down, and he'll take out his violin and he'll start to sing a small lullaby in Fejap.
But we also able to move Will Villa's taken down.
Yep.
And he'll just do that for a minute.
So, not Frey, Zahar, you approach what is the female knight and Mayor Humwick that are currently they're both standing over this table. They've got tools and chests around them. This is clearly like the base of operations area. You guys also notice I didn't have the asset for them, but there's just the occasional tent dotted around out here from those of the crew that have decided to not sleep on the boat. And they're looking over various papers and what looks like plans. And the female's night name is Elizabeth Lee. And how do you announce your presence? Because they currently have their backs toward you.
Pretty much you there, guard. Because I don't really remember. Didn't take notes for
She'll
look.
turn around with a look of confusion. I go, oh, Mr. Helmut, they've returned. And I go, huh? What? Oh, well, hello. I wasn't expecting you to be back early. Have you completed the mission?
A bit of a small setback. Are the only one who could chart our journey kind of fell unconscious. Do we have a medic? Doctor of any kind?
Poor thing. We have some people on the boat that have some medical experience, I believe. I forgot this man was supposed to have a southern accent, so he's gonna change accent soon.
Could you send word for them? What was our cartographer's name again?
It would be
Bella.
quite easier for them to come, for you to take well to the boat. Not for them to come here. But if I could speak to the entire group and get a, what happened? Like, what's out there?
Death.
Oh no!
Wait,
He
no,
would
hold
eventually
on.
wave down the group.
Hold on. Hold on. Oh no! Silence. Fuck. I just fucking. Oh my god, that was great. No, that was great. That was fantastic. You need to get Vianti.
Nandi.
Finlandi. There he is.
Yeah, he's here. So could you all explain to me, the fairy woman here said it was death out there. Did you find water? And he says, like, sweating.
Yes, we found springs.
Oh, you mean the one with the giant goose?
Oh,
just
that's
turns and looks at
fantastic.
you?
Yes.
We also found food. Randor will pull out some of the meats that we procured and the berries.
Niren's gonna produce the wild cabbage that he found.
Oh, thank. That cabbage has started to wilt. It is not looking like the healthiest cabbage.
What about these mushrooms?
It looked better a few days
These
ago.
mushrooms.
The mushrooms. You got the mushrooms like 2 days ago now, so they aren't looking the best.
We don't have refrigerators.
They've gotten quite moist in the pouch they were in.
Oh no, they've turned into sponge rooms.
We also came across some other people.
He sees the like.
Oh,
No,
sorry.
first off, he sees the meat. He goes, "Oh, thank the gods!" And then other people. Hold on, what? Like, from what kingdom? Like, I thought we were the first here.
It's
Then-
not from any
then-
kingdom.
They're native to here.
Oh gods! Wait, what? There's people here. There's people that live here normally.
Yes, there are.
From what we learned, there's 4 tribes.
I love that this guy speaks in an existential crisis at all times.
Oh my god!
But it's not.
announcer
He's just
from Battle
completely
Block.
calm and silent afterwards, and it fucking kills me.
So they're primitive.
They're not like
well,
cave people.
Like him. And he'll point at Viandi,
Oh my
No, no,
fucking
no,
god.
No.
who
my
is currently like
God.
just chewing on a bone.
Randor pulls away his arm. Stop it!
Also, what is that? And he'll point at the bird hanging out on Viandi's shoulder, the giant bird.
I assume it's native here? There was a lot of them.
Is it dangerous?
Sometimes
Don't
we don't know.
attack.
It only
He'll
eats
take
them.
a few steps. He'll just sidestep, just slightly behind the knight, who is also very confused
Yeah.
and concerned.
Randor will say,
She'll speak up and go,
Oh.
"Well, if there are natives, I believe our best course of action is to make nice with them until we find out the extent of their combat prowess."
What?
They seem very nice. The group
They
that
were-
we met, at least.
They were willing
And what of these other
to-
groups?
haven't met them
We
yet.
haven't met them yet.
From what?
One tribe went into hiding quite a while ago.
Interesting.
And the other.
And then the mayor will speak up. Hiding! Wait, why would they go into hiding?
I think that's what we're getting.
Is there something
Because
trying to eat them?
More
because of the great beast.
isolation.
Beast!
Hmm.
Morgiana has a habit.
I'm
of
gonna
speaking before
describe
something.
did we get details of the gods?
We got details of the one and the fire tribe.
I'll describe.
You got the name of each.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have them written down.
Yeah. Yeah, Vinny's
So-
god tier notes.
Fuck.
Ibushi is for air, Diablos is for earth, Amatsu is water, and Basilgeuse is fire.
Fire, water, earth, air.
Yeah.
I like how I it was literally after that my brain was like, then everything changed after the fire.
Yeah.
It's like,
I mean, that's kind of what's happening. They're very bad.
Yeah.
From
Yeah.
what we know, they're very bad people.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never heard of these gods before. Why do they exist? What do they do?
Well,
Are they real? He'll look up at the knight
One
and she'll go, "No, they probably aren't gods. They're probably just beasts that they worship."
Randor will
And she'll
pipe,
stop for a moment and think about the repercussions of that statement.
Randor will pipe up.
Mm.
It seems one of them eats sacrifices, which is concerning. He says that in like a it's a lot slower than that, but it's
well,
coming up to speed.
some gods, from what I know for the air one, they give them. God, what was it? It was like different types of food and anything that they find valuable, which I'm not sure what they find valuable could be valuable to us. But that's just a guess.
This is all very interesting and very terrifying. Is there anything else?
Uh,
We found
goblins.
some neat ass hot springs.
Yeah, well,
Mutant-
it was
mutant
hot
goblins.
and cold.
Yeah,
the
monsters. Definitely
material?
want to tell them about monsters.
At Hot Springs, the female knight will go, "Tell me where."
Oh my god. We don't. I don't think. I don't.
where.
I don't think we
Kai
need.
would just point in the direction.
I don't
that
think.
way,
I don't
few
think we
miles.
need to above Gabe. I wouldn't tell them about the material, guys. I would not. That's ours. They don't need to know that there's magic shit here. That's fucking.
Yeah.
That's Randor shit.
Yeah.
We're
That's
just gonna
mine.
Keep a percentage of everything, right?
Yeah. No.
The mayor will
Fucking.
start. The mayor will start moving through papers, and he'll pull out like an official-looking one and go, "Have you discovered any ruins of any kind?"
Randor shifty eyes.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
We found
Oh,
this
no.
ruin
Oh.
thing, and there was what we think were the Earth people probably locked behind it. But there's this huge mural that depicted those three god beast things we mentioned earlier.
Niren's
But
gonna cover his mouth.
Yep.
no,
He speaks too much.
Above game, those ivory beasts were three very different beasts,
Yeah.
not the same things as the gods.
Well,
I'm aware.
we'll relay to him
Just
the.
to
Nala
the
is not a
shit.
smart man.
All right. No, okay. I didn't know if that was Austin misremembering something or Nala not being smart.
It's both. It's both. Let's be real honest. It's both.
Nala, my intelligence is 6.
Actually, no. I'm probably one of the more competent barbarians you'll ever meet, and I have a flat 10.
Oh shit!
Ooh.
Oh, I'm dumber than you.
That's why you let me throw you.
This is true.
Morgiana's gonna speak up. Can we take our friend to the boat to be seen by a medic now?
And Elizabeth will go, "You continue your meeting. I will take her." And she'll step forward and she'll hold her arms out for Wilvelia.
Nala was like, "No, oh, okay." And he trusts this female knight to be at least semi strong, and so he just like kind of plops Vovella into her arms.
She doesn't strain or anything.
Oh.
She just takes her. And she heads to the boat, and then her and the crewman from earlier both go back to the ship on that boat.
Hey, Van.
Hmm?
How did the woman I just dropped Vovella into? How did her hands look, and how do the mayor's hands look?
How do their hands look?
Huh?
Yeah.
I have to see if her hands are gauntleted. Hold on, I gotta make her token big.
That's sure.
Her hands are probably gauntleted. Yeah, no, her hands are gauntleted, so you can't tell
Okay.
anything about.
Oh my god,
her
she's
hands.
Tifa in armor.
And
She
the guy?
does look like Tifa.
I was also thinking that.
Well,
She does look like.
I
Tifa.
know where I'm going
she's my
during
favorite
with-
NPC now.
I know where I'm going during a hot spring cutscene.
His hands are clean. He's got a cut every once in a while.
Okay. I don't immediately distrust this man.
That's weird.
Oh, you guys don't know this at all. Nala pays attention to people's hands. He trusts the working man. The non-working man has been having too easy of a life, and it usually has no marks or anything. He hasn't put his work behind him at all, and he tells us by how their hands look. A worker will have calloused hands or marks on it and everything because they're actually doing their job. Someone that hasn't will have no marks.
Fucking Randor will look at his bony hands and go,
He's done the most work.
I mean,
He's worked. Nala, he's worked his hands to the bone.
No.
That would be the dumbest reason for Nala to trust.
Why do you
really
think Nala
was
hasn't
Randor.
cared at all that he's a skeleton? He trusts this man explicitly.
oh no, that's so funny.
Oh my god!
You! It's like Randor gets revealed and Nala rushes him and grabs him. You've worked your hands to the bone.
Randor cringes.
My family now.
Cringe.
Randor gets his face and like, let me die.
Alright. With that, the mayor will continue to speak. You said you found sources of food? What kind of food?
Well,
Berries.
Berries?
we did find berries.
You've found berries and you've brought back a lot of meat. That is good. Not the best.
The
Still
berries would mean
need to
for
find a.
couple of farming land.
Niren's gonna lay out the map. He goes, yes, but we've only gone this far.
Morgiana is slowly gonna get annoyed. Like, you're gonna complain about what we've brought back. Why don't you go out and get shit then?
Randor will
Like, God.
pipe up. We found.
What of building materials besides wood?
Oh,
Anything?
Stone?
We were told of areas of stone by the natives, but we didn't have a chance to go investigate.
Once again, a map maker kind of fell unconscious.
Yes.
weren't there old mines above game mentioned to us?
Yes.
Like with the stone. I swear there were also like mines that had.
There were.
I think
we
mines were brought up by someone else in relation to
Yeah.
asking a question if Breezy had seen them.
All right, never mind. Never mind.
And there was something on the map that Wilvella revealed, and it had like a little cave quarry looking
Yeah.
token.
Well, we have enough supplies to last us for a little while longer, so you aren't necessarily super stressed to find them, but
I mean, we can
finding
leave
the
back
fresh
some of
water
the
is
meat,
definitely.
right?
We did find the fresh water. Or
Yeah,
the-
he said finding the fresh water is definitely a help,
yeah. Okay.
but the building materials will help in the long run, and just a hunting ground with much greater amounts of animal would be amazing if you
Well,
could find that.
Why
So
don't
how-
you fish?
We're
We've been
waiting
doing it
for.
Zahar's gonna pipe up. Yeah, you don't have to worry about that because the animals will hunt you. Just kind of pokes at him in the belly.
That and the
Oh,
natives said
Go ahead.
the natives said that once
Okay.
they speak to their elder, if they trust us, they'll let us know about their hunting ground that they use.
That is good. In terms of fishing, we have been fishing.
Wonderful.
But I will have you know that we cannot subsist on fish alone. Many of the colonists are very tired of being on the boat.
Randor will pipe up. Now, is
And need to
wild.
get off of the boat and eat this meat. This meat you brought will make all the difference and make so many people happy. What is this from, by the way? And he'll point at like the hide of the Jaggy. What is this? What
the
is
son
this
of my
meat?
tall, like, barbarian here just wants to, like, laugh and go, ah, it was from a giant's crab. As he's totally bald-faced lying, I will roll you that deception check.
Roll deception. At disadvantage because he's pointing at a hide.
Well, yeah.
Urin's gonna look at him.
Randor will
and
kind of
they
look at
stay
Nala
stitched
and be
together
like,
so
"That
nothing
was
misses."
terrible."
It
I
was
believe
obviously
you
like
have
a
a bit-
bit
I
for
be-
him.
I believe you may have seawater in your brain cavity, my friend.
Nerd's gonna look
No
at him.
crab I have
and
seen
say,
has hide.
We stitched together 7 lizards.
Oh,
Ra-
I believe Leon will express interest in such a creature. You may want to speak to him, in particular when you get on the boat.
I like how we're all
Um,
just fucking with this
J-
official.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask him. Hey, is there a smith here?
We have someone up on the boat that is a smith. Yes.
hey.
His name escapes me currently. But yes, we have many of the basics with us.
Oh,
They were
oh.
needed.
What you're saying is that to get everything we need, we just need to go back to the boat.
Yes, going back to the boat. I don't know how to say this. Many of the passengers and colonists think that you died about 4 days ago.
Why?
I'm sorry?
We still had plenty
It's-
to get back.
It seems a lot of them didn't have much faith. But you coming back with this food and your presence and none of you being dead.
Harsh. Oh, I just looked towards
Dead.
Randor for like half a second.
Randor visibly remembering the Jaggies.
And
We all look-
also, the mayor goes to think, oh dear, that Valvalia girl did look pretty dead, and she's gonna be the first one on the boat, and none of you are gonna be there. That's gonna cause. And right now, there's just you guys hear distant yelling from the boat, as it now looks like Wilvelia was the only one to make it back.
Randor's
Oh,
gonna
right,
look at the
I-
boat and go, there's gonna be a lot of more passing amount of
You guys want to
money.
wait?
Wait. I'm just gonna.
We sh-
Randor, to the boats, and I'm gonna like go to grab him to toss him again.
Oh no!
We should probably get on the
Oh,
boat.
please,
We
hold on. I
should
need you
go to
for a bit longer.
Above game, I'd like to say I'm sorry. I have a cat that seems like it's on fucking catnip and just wants to rub against everything in my desk. I'll be here
See?
and there.
My mic, no.
With that, I require your opinions.
What?
That
Our-
seems to offend you a bit.
That's concerning.
Our city planner was one of the ones that died on the trip. Here.
I see.
So I have been left at a loss for how to do this. I can run a small government, or at least head it, but I cannot plan streets and pick where buildings go and decide what to build where and when, or how to really manage any of our resources. I work behind a desk.
Yeah, sure.
wouldn't
we'll
mind
take a look at
helping.
it. I've been
Yeah.
to many cities.
I
All right.
also have a little bit of experience.
Hey, what would that What would that require? Because Randor has a jack of all trades, so he might be able to pick something like that up.
Oh, don't worry about what your character is capable of doing. Worry about what you're capable of doing.
Ah, god
No.
damn it!
Yes! This is the shit that I love!
Ah, this is what Vinny
Let's
fucking
go.
lives for.
Whoa, what is this? I'm so excited about this.
This is a boat? What?
Welcome to the town hub.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna love this. I can feel it.
Oh, I love
Man,
this.
why
Okay.
do we only have 50 happiness?
Well, because they're all on a boat. They're not happy.
And I all
They're
think
Yeah,
that
they're-
Marilla's the only one that made back.
You are at 50 happiness because the happiness has not. It started out at 100 when everyone boarded the boat, and it slowly went down as the trip.
Wow, our
And now
resources
they've been
are...
stuck on a boat. They've been stuck on a boat for about a week.
buildings.
An extra half a week, knowing that land is like a 30-minute boat ride.
The important things that we need to establish
Was the boat
Um,
actually 30 minutes out from the shore? That's shit.
Yep.
So we need to make a dock.
No, you
we
can't
need to,
get the.
we need to make part of a
So
town a
here's
dock.
hold on. I will explain many
obviously.
things. You guys have your resources. Okay, so one tree gives you 4 wood. So you guys
Okay.
currently have 68 wood.
Okay.
30 stone. You guys have 300 rations.
Okay.
21 rations a day are eaten.
Oh fuck!
Ooh.
How many rations did we bring back?
I will have to math that. I will
Ra-
have to math that really hard.
Randor doesn't need
So
any
I'll do that between
rations.
session.
Van, you'll have to.
And
you'll
you guys have 39. No, that's just the town. That's not counting you guys eating rations.
Oh, I was
That is
gonna-
counting the citizens eating.
I was gonna say Randor has more rations on him because he's been
Oh,
collecting because he
speaking of-
doesn't eat.
Speaking of those rations really quickly, just to make sure, because we smoked all that, do we just set our rations to max?
We'll do that in a moment because you
Well,
have to figure out how much to leave.
I
Um,
had to
the last
leave
thing
for a
there
second.
is-
What is this?
Welcome to
oh,
Vinny
you're saying
Simulator.
This is the town hub.
Yeah, welcome to Vinny Simulator.
Okay.
This,
Gotcha.
This is and then the shovel symbol. The shovel
Town building.
the shovel
gotcha.
system represents tools. Tools are an important resource that lasts for an amount of time and then get used up.
Man, what
Some
am I
things require
playing? An
tools to build,
RPG?
Workers are tools to build. Yes, an
Ah,
RPG.
Shit.
You
Damn
Got
it.
guys have 19 adults.
we-
19 adults, 2 children. 17 adults are currently jobless, and you right now you have 21. Actually, it's down to 20 now because of events.
God damn it.
Someone pissed off someone that was cutting out a tree, and they went back to the boat, and they aren't
Yeah.
coming back.
He
Ah,
can go
fuck.
fuck himself.
True.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, he could go fuck himself.
So you guys have 20 crewmen.
It's
and
fine. It's an even number now.
they are all currently in the builder job. They are not permanent. This ship will have to leave at some point,
So we can get
and
them.
the crewmen will go with it.
So we need to get them to teach some of these 17 jobless adults how to actually build things.
You have your happiness, and then you have your housing. Children don't require housing because they live with someone else. You need a house for every adult or every family.
We need 19 houses.
Oh, you could probably get away with like close to 8 houses if it's like
Okay.
Yeah.
So
2 people and a child.
well, the thing is like some of them are like family, right? So you could put family together, and that puts
Yeah. So
a
you put family
in a
together. I'll have to
house.
math that. I'll have to math that out later. I'll be real. Not many of these people came. Not many families came over.
Lit.
I think
Right.
2 families came.
Lit. 17 houses. Awesome.
2 of the adults are currently doing the defender job. That's the knights. Then there is hunter, farmer, and cook, which is what's under there.
So we can
Okay,
teach
so
people
the
how to
axe is
hunt.
cook.
Yeah, the axe
Yeah.
is the axe is cook. Yeah,
Okay.
that's the closest thing I could find to a cleaver.
No, it's
This
okay, I
project
just wanna
1
make
and
sure.
2, when you guys are building a structure in the town, it takes up that project slot. You can have 2
Okay.
structures being in the town at once. Notice the other 2 are locked. And the other thing over here is the completed buildings in the town. And then down here, there's going to be like a I couldn't finish it in time. There's going to be a thing that's going to have the ship's inventory for when the ship's in town.
Okay.
My vote is
So
probably.
hold on.
Oh,
Hold on.
you have more? There's more?
Why
is there?
yes, there's more.
Why is there more? God damn it! No!
I
These are
knew
the-
it. I wanted
These
to
are
build
the
it. Oh my God.
options. These are the options presented to the group of things that are important to build at this stage of the colony.
Well, storehouse isn't happening right now.
No, we need the storehouse. Storehouse is super
We don't have enough
important.
wood,
so-
Vinny.
So while you guys are deciding, I
Oh,
think some people need to go to the bathroom. So we'll take a
Yes,
we'll take a 5-minute bathroom break so Deals can go pee
I need food. I'm starving.
as you guys read over everything.
Yeah, I'm just gonna read over
Yeah,
this. I'm really excited.
Yeah,
I'm
Vinny,
sorry.
we don't have enough wood, man.
I know. I'm looking at it now. You're right.
Mind you, Wayne. You guys, if I take you back to the main map, they are still currently cutting down trees, and every tree is 4 wood.
I can't.
Okay,
Can't I
and
also
there's, like-
shatter some trees to just make them fall over?
So we
Do you want to shatter a log into a bunch of unusable pieces?
No. I meant an actual tree.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think? You'll shatter the tree.
weapons.
Do you think it's usable after that?
I don't know. I was just thinking it would knock down a bunch of trees.
Wait.
Should we build a dock first?
I was just thinking the dock in the field.
Yeah.
A dock in a
But
field.
the lodge is also useful considering,
Let me
well,
look at the lodge.
that's home. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Well,
lodge
they've got tents
houses
for...
everyone.
Oh, yeah. If we build the lodge, that means people would get off the boat and their happiness will go up.
Yeah.
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 Because I
And
reckon
then
another thing that
I,
could be good is that path.
Although
to
it's not
springs later
comfy.
down the
I
dock.
think a lodge and a dock should be first, and then after that we do a storehouse, then a ford. Field we can wait. I think
think a
field
Forge
we
is
can
low
wait
on
on.
priority currently.
Yeah, field.
Now you guys don't have to make a final decision until you leave this tile.
Oh, he is
okay.
roboting. All right, I'll be right back. We're gonna take a short break.
You got. If I'm not robot anymore, you guys don't have to make a final decision until you leave the.
We heard.
Construction time
the
4
tile.
days, 10 days. The lodge is 10 days. Shit.
Yeah, the lodge takes a while.
All
So,
these will be annoying to deal with.
Well, I wonder if it would be more beneficial to work on the ones that take smaller amounts of time first.
That's why I was thinking the field. Because
But at the
because of
same
the berries that
time-
we've got, we could plant them and grow more while we're there.
Yeah.
But
then
at the
hunt for
same
food.
time, we also have to actually get them off the boat, and if we wait too long, then that's going to be a serious problem, considering it
can-
takes 10 days.
Yeah,
we
so
can
what we
build
can do...
the lodge and the field.
Yeah, we could do that. Because while the lodge is being built, the field will already have been done, and then you can
In
start
2
growing.
days, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
I will say you guys can queue projects up, but only like one. You can
Oh.
only queue like one project.
So what if we did the
Okay.
lodge and the
First-
field and then queued the dock?
Okay.
Yeah.
We need to do the field regardless of anything else because we're gonna run out of rations before we come back the next time if we
Yep.
don't.
Yep.
So the
Mm.
field is a priority, the lodge is seeming like a priority, and the dock as a queued task.
Also,
Let me
I've noticed
look
no
it
one's
up.
mentioned the salt distillery.
Yeah, I was
Oh, no,
about
I
to.
love the
I
salt
was going to try, but everybody just kept going. So
But you also said we
Yeah.
Salt
require a
distillery.
cooking pot.
You require a cooking pot, but who knows? That cooking pot might be on the boat.
Yeah.
They had to cook something, or there had to be there had to be a pot
Mm.
somewhere.
Wait, we can
Um,
build. We can build. Almost build.
The
If
salt-
if
yeah.
we
If
get
we-
the 4 more wood from another tree being cut down, then we can build the salt distillery,
The
the
lodge, the
field, and
field.
the lodge.
Yeah, and then queue the dock after that.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Hold on.
So we're thinking the lodge, the dock, the lodge, the salt distillery, and the field to be built first, like the first 3 to be built, and then queuing up the dock to be finished, like to be built once they're done.
Okay, but we can only do so many projects at once, so
we
we'll
can
have
only
to
do
do
2
what
currently, but
salt distillery and field first for food and water, and then do lodging.
also on this page, I didn't get to putting it on there, but it was supposed to be like town actions, and it would be to tell to order idling workers to go get wood, go get stone, and such like that, or everyone run back to the boat, everyone defend, so on and so forth.
oh
Basic game stuff.
Jesus, this is a lot of. Oh God.
But
This is what
I
you're
didn't know I
expecting
was
from your
going
D
to.
and D.
I didn't know I was gonna have to play The Sims in this van. I
I
didn't know
love
I had to
this.
play
The Sims.
Sim City.
I love
say
this.
we start
like
with
The
the
Sims.
field and the lodge, and then when the field comes up, we build the salt distillery.
Because that
that'll
is the
come
other big
up,
thing is
and
getting them off the
within
boat.
within the days that the lodge and is being built, we can build both of the other 2. So I think that'd be the good way to go.
The
Just
thing
have
is,
one.
we're gonna have 2 projects going. We can only queue up 1 more project, and then I assume we're gonna have to head out to keep exploring.
We can only
Unless we're gonna-
have one project going. The second project is the queued project.
No,
It-
you can have
yeah,
2
it's
things
two
being built at
projects
once.
going at
Have
once and
2.
1 queued.
Okay,
Well,
I
if
was
we
confused
Yeah.
there.
So we can have
if we
3
hang out
set up.
here for
The
if
field
we
only takes 2 days.
yeah. So if we hang out
So that
here
doesn't
for
take
2 days,
long.
then we can start the salt distillery and queue up the 3rd project, the 4th project before we head out.
Yeah, and the 4th would be everybody's stinking dock.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the others to see what other good options.
Hey, Van.
If we take
Yes,
if
hello.
we take long enough, then we may get enough wood.
So the salt distillery says operation requirements is 2 unskilled, but the other
Mhm.
field one requires a skilled worker. How do we
Yes,
differentiate?
you need someone. You need someone who knows how to farm.
Do we have one?
We don't. do
You remember on the boat there was a halfling gentleman that carried around a hoe and talked very out there, and he had a kid with him who also
Wait,
had
this one?
farming equipment.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
So we have
yeah.
that.
And
We don't. We don't have
and that
the
one.
fuel necessary to start up a forge.
Okay,
Yeah, so I
so
think the forge.
here's
isn't
the
important
thing
at the
about fuel.
moment.
So fuel, I meant to type this up somewhere. You can substitute 30 wood for 30 fuel.
Okay.
So instead
'Cause
of
wood is
30
a fuel.
we would need 40. We would need 40 fuel.
But
or
once
40
you
wood.
find a resource like coal, that would be worth 2 fuel per 1 coal.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Something like that.
So we technically could get a forge started right now.
Right.
But
But
It
at
might
that
be
point,
a good idea.
it's-
the
it's
forge
low on the
would
10
priority.
fuel per day of operation.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write out all
It's-
the stuff that we're saying that we want to do first because
It's
Oh,
on the
man, this
talking,
this
the
is
forge is
brain
on the
is-
low priority.
I
this
know.
is
I'm just
great.
writing it out
This
because
is
it's
great.
really
Oh,
hard
I
to
love
like
how
remember
excited you guys are.
everything. Okay,
I'm
so
I love
I'm
how-
terrified. If anything, it's
I like
my
the
brain is
Sims.
confusing. My brain's all jumbled, my man.
So are
This,
we
you,
thinking?
you don't have to. You don't
I'm
have to
writing out
like
everything
play into
that
this part too heavily. I'm trying to do something for everyone.
I'm gonna try so that I can actually be useful in the segment, considering I at least have some sense with this stuff.
So
My brain is thinking field first, so we can at least plant berries and stuff, get them started to grow, and have the dock as the lodge as the second project. Because that takes
Yeah,
10
so
days.
that can
so
get
when there's still
started.
8 days
Okay.
left on that lodge,
This
we can
is-
start on the salt distillery, which then
Yeah,
is
that's
in
what I
fuel
was
up.
saying. That sounds good.
And then
So the
queue,
list-
and then we can
dock
queue up the
storage
dock.
and the forge as the last one.
Yeah.
So Field Lodge Salt Distillery.
Yeah, that's what we're thinking. But we'll double
Okay.
check with Deals and
Is everyone back yet?
Randall when they get back.
Build it in here,
Okay,
though.
I'm good with that too.
Yeah, we're just waiting on
So-
Randall.
All right, I have
Oh, I'll be here for this
collected the vital stuff to live. I apologize.
Alrighty, we're thinking of field and lodge first, and queuing salt distillery.
I was gonna say I think dock would be better because that would allow them to get to the thing faster.
Yes, but they need
Man.
water.
Oh,
Um,
field
Salt
gives
distillery is water.
field gives us water.
It would take just as long. Like you built the dock, you saved them 2 minutes. It's not
All right. Well,
it's
the dock
not
is
that
for other
like
stuff
the
later
do-
on.
if field is
yeah
better,
the
then let's
dock
do
is
field.
an early on build it, so it's something later.
If field is better, let's do
The
field.
important thing right now is we need to get like the ones that will take longer started soon, so that we aren't in desperation of having to build it quick.
All right, yeah,
Okay.
let's go for it then.
I would like to say, you guys probably didn't notice, but I had put down 17 minus 4 3 times equals 5. That was me running through our available jobless people. If we set 4 for each of the hunter, gatherer, and cook class, that leaves us with 5 people left. Otherwise, if
Well, the crew.
3 of those are trained professionals in each of those requirements, that would leave us with 2 people left that we can apply to other things.
We need people to learn how to build. We need the carpenter.
Because we need to start teaching them as well. Because if we don't start their learning, then the whole requires a skilled worker or the like is going to go very fast.
Yeah, we need the carpenter or the crew people to teach people how to build. They're gonna leave.
So I was thinking for the hunter, gatherer, and cook, we set 4 to each of those classes, and then for each one of those, we set a skilled person because we had to have brought at least one of each of those from
Right.
our things.
Right.
The last 2 people, they can either be applied to defense to bolster that,
So
or
I
I'll
would
say
rather than be
this,
applied to
Austin.
building on.
I'll say this, just to keep this in mind. You've been stuck on a boat for 3 months. You finally get to go onto land. You're put to work, and then at night you get to go back to the boat. I'm just gonna put that out there, as you might lose some happiness, as people
I-
don't have a home to go back to.
I think the smart thing right now is to make sure the stuff gets built in the lodge first, and we can worry about getting people
Because
trained up.
you
once we're actually all on land.
you do have the crew for a bit longer.
Well, I think
it's
that
only been
I think the
6
happiness
days.
is worth getting off for teaching them how to build because they need to know how to build for sure.
Happiness is a
at-
lot harder to build up.
Yeah, every
Exactly. That's
and I agree with
the only
that.
problem.
But everything, the other stuff can wait. These people need to know how to fucking build because these people don't know how to fucking build. The crowd's gonna leave, and then we're gonna get nothing done.
all right. So then look at this. How many people will it take to do the field, lodge, and self distillery in that order?
The field takes 3 people.
The lodge takes 12.
12. And the
Salt
salt
distillery
distillery
takes 2.
take 2. So that's
Okay.
15 people.
So
But
But
the
at the same time, the field will
field-
get done faster, so then
Yeah.
more people.
yeah,
We will
field
have
will be
more people to
completed.
put on other jobs.
I say we put 5 people on the field, 3 of the crew, and then 2 people to learn. For building.
What?
No,
I'm gonna be
Now,
honest,
mind
Wayne.
you,
I have
that's
Wayne-
no
not
idea
how
what
this
you're
works,
saying.
Wayne.
Why is that not how this works?
I know
Mind you,
you
Wayne,
want.
you
Oh, go ahead.
you need to, you want to leave some workers not assigned to anything to go do things like cut down trees and mine rocks.
So 1 crew
So
So
and
if we
then
just
2
send
learners?
everybody into training to get to work, we're not gonna get any resources to
Yeah,
continue.
you won't build up
building.
any resources.
So we're just
the
gonna have
field
to
will get-
only teach 1 person to build right now.
The field will get done before the lodges, as will the salt distillery. Both of those will be finished before the lodge is completed.
You
I
you
think-
guys have 2 skilled. You guys have 2 citizens that are skilled in farming.
Right
know
now, I
that.
don't think it's important to train people. I think it's important to get stuff up and then train.
I just don't want to be stranded
I
here
was-
with people that don't know how to build. That's my main concern.
Which
Well,
we
no,
understand.
we can train them, but
But,
not
Oh, and
immediately.
another layer I'm gonna add. Once you guys have your second and third characters here, while they're not out adventuring, they can be assigned to a job.
Okay.
Nice.
hell
I know that
yeah.
Kai is going to
How
100% always
how
be a
long till the
hunter,
crew leaves,
so-
man?
Ooh, how long to the crew? The crew, uh, they leave. They leave once the colony is self sufficient, or 3 months.
So we have time to get up the. We have
They
time
have
to
they
get
have
up
they have
the
like
lodge.
So we have time to build stuff and train people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I just
if
wanted
they
to make
stay
have
if
time
they
to get
stay
the lodge.
past 3 months. If they stay past 3 months, they risk running out of rations before getting home.
That's fair. So
which
Okay.
basically, let's just get the lodge. So once we get the lodge, we can then start training them to do things.
all right, that's fine with me.
So field, lodge to salt distillery. Field will be completed before lodges, and then salt distillery will automatically queue for salt distillery and lodge at
And-
the same time.
People have been talking about the dock being our 4th project, but I don't know.
Well,
If
so
we
the
get
field,
if we get enough of the resources, it may be ideal to get the storehouse up and running.
the field
I-
takes. Sorry.
Yeah. The field doesn't take long, which is why we want that one to be done first.
Mm-hmm.
You can plant the
Um,
berries.
You
and
can
get
plant the
them growing.
berries, and then you can get more food for them, so they can sustain themselves while we're out adventuring, finding a better food source. I like the idea of the storehouse personally more than the dock.
Same.
Because at the moment, the dock doesn't seem a bigger priority than a storehouse, because the storehouse is going to
Mhm.
store more stuff for us to build more
Food.
stuff in the future.
Yeah.
So
And
are we
have
wanting
more
to switch
food.
storage and dock?
I'm gonna third the storehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Field, lodge, distillery,
So
storage.
store people and
Did we want to
store
do
materials.
forge, then dock?
The only problem with the forge is that currently it will take up more of our resource, and we don't know how much we're going to be getting.
Yeah.
That's why the
Yeah,
forge should be
Wayne,
the
you
very
weren't
last
here
thing.
for me to say it. The forge requires 10 fuel to build. You
30
can
fuel.
substitute
30 fuel to build it.
the 30 fuel to build it. You can substitute 1 log per 1 fuel. But later on, if you guys find one coal is worth 2 fuel.
Oh wow.
So, but then that basically if you get that forge running, let's say
Wait,
within a week,
Ben.
it starts eating your wood.
What about charcoal?
Exactly.
Charcoal, you guys can attempt to make charcoal, but you would need so charcoal would still eat logs because you need to burn logs to make charcoal.
Right, but the charcoal would last long.
The
in the
charcoal
forge.
you would use logs to make charcoal. You would still burn your logs to make a better fuel to then go back and fuel the forge that you are burning.
It doesn't
I
make
was just
sense.
trying to make the forge more efficient.
Yeah, but it's not efficient because we're not playing by Minecraft rules. You can't grow a tree in 2
Well,
days.
you
It
make
takes a while
yeah,
to
I
grow
know, but
trees.
you can make charcoal.
All right. So, are you
Yeah,
guys
but
set with field and lodge?
Yeah, field and
Yes.
I think
yeah.
so. Yeah.
I believe
Alright.
we're all in agreement.
place come home
And
to.
are any workers being assigned anywhere else?
I
Probably to focus on wood.
gathering wood
Yeah,
and
wood.
stone.
Yeah, wood collection.
Gathering wood and stone.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
that's
wood
gonna
and stone.
be.
But we
And
should
listen,
Um,
4 people. 4 people can be assigned to gathering supplies, is what Nala is saying.
Mm. So lodge is 12 builders, and the field is 3.
So do we need to stay here while this stuff is going on?
15 of your.
no,
Nope,
we
you
can.
could just leave.
You can
Oh,
move,
shit.
but what it would be
I-
ideal to take a 2-day rest so that we can queue up the 4th item.
Oh yeah, we also need to wait for whatchamacallit.
Villa.
Yeah, we also need to for Wilvel to actually wake up so we can continue mapping out stuff.
Yeah, so it's important to. I think it's good that we take a break.
Damn lazy
Let
bitch.
her rest and everything.
Yeah, we can take 2 days to rest here.
And we can gather supplies as well.
Yeah, we can
Oh.
actually work on helping during those 2 days. So
How long have we been
Alright.
gone since we met Breezy? By the way.
How long have you been gone since you met Breezy? Well,
you
since
mean
you
since Breezy
since
left,
you
or
since Breezy left, Breezy
Yeah,
left 2 days ago.
2 days ago.
so
Okay.
we still have 13 days until we get to
It
we have to
it
meet
is
him by
it is the
Glassberry Tree.
6th of Tempest, and Breezy left you guys on the 4th of Tempest.
Okay, so
And it is currently the end of Divinitas, so we'll be moving over to Zonzis.
Gonna be a long
oh,
campaign.
once you
great
guys rest for the
party
night.
day!
Gonna be a
All right, so
long
are we good
campaign.
are we good to leave this screen?
I think
Wait,
so.
believe
you
unless-
said party day. Does that mean that we're gonna have a small celebration because we brought back actual meat?
I was making a joke
probably.
because Zonzas, but we'll see. But
All right,
I believe
so,
everyone's in agreement
as that
on
is
all that
picked,
stuff. So
Yeah.
you guys hop onto the boats and you ride back to the main ship, where you're all met with just a bustling ship of people that are very surprised that you're alive and glad that you're back.
Oh, they're happy. That's
Yeah, they thought you were dead.
Niren is like clinging close to someone. Like there's a lot of people and they look like they want to touch me, and I would like my personal space.
Randor
Morgiana
will
just
pat-
have like fire in hands. Like,
Randor will
as
pat
if to be,
Niren
like,
on the head.
Frey, I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no.
oh god,
Hold on. I have a thing. Hold on.
Do you have a thing?
Do you?
I think you can you get to add a D4.
I've been waiting.
Yes, you can.
Randor will give Frey bardic inspiration.
So
Too late.
Damn it.
Let me roll that D4 because I want to do that anyway.
I think it's enough. It's high enough
it's
anyway.
if you fail.
It's high enough anyway.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
20.
You're fine.
It's if you
I
fail,
did it
you get to
anyway.
roll it. So 17. So Frey, you do manage to just dodge. You do manage to just dodge Tallulah.
Oh, wait.
She's back on the boat.
Oh, you're right. Oh.
As you felt the presence approaching, and it's a full leap forward, like anime style. She goes to hug you, but you duck, and she just sails over you and just clatters onto the ship.
Beautiful. Wonderful. Amazing.
I feel like Frey did that on instinct. Like he didn't realize it was her, and then he ducked, and it was like, "Uh-oh, wait a minute."
Ultra instinct
And
Frey.
as soon as she fell, she's up off the ground, and she has hugged you, and she is crying, just going, "I thought you were dead."
He's
Morgiana's
gonna,
just
he's
gonna
gonna
giggle.
like, he's gonna pat her head and he's like, I'm not gonna die that easily. Don't worry.
I thought you were about to say, "I can't die."
can't die. It's impossible. Don't worry.
Randor looks.
Red flag.
Randor looks in the distance. I can't die. I'm already dead.
Red flag right there.
and she just starts asking you all these questions about what you saw. Did you fight anything? Did you get hurt?
Oh,
Why you back
he's gonna go into like
early?
full story mode with her. Like it's gonna
Yeah,
be like this one fun
the
tale.
whole ship is ready to hear this as well.
Oh yeah, Frey's
Randor
so
will-
down
So
to
Translate
go
in
into
common if he's
storytelling.
not speaking common.
Randor will do ambiance
The only
background music.
thing the only thing I want to know is if any information is withheld.
The materia.
Yes,
I think we should withhold the
materia.
materia.
Yep, the materia.
I'm definitely gonna withhold the materia. I'll probably withhold like any like weird or maybe not weird, but like dangerous information, like how...
Randor being a skeleton.
Yeah, like Randor, we're gonna withhold that. We're gonna withhold the materia. I feel like he would play off the great beast. I feel like he would tell that, but make it sound like it's a fairy tale.
Instead of
So
scaring them all.
Instead of scaring them, it's just like when we met these people, we were told of this great beast. It sounded so magical and ferocious. And he's gonna play it up like it's a fairy tale, you know.
A
But I think
volcano erupts behind Frey while they're talking shit about fairy tales.
Just the fuck you say?
Who dares awake me from my 1,000-year slumber?
We all just hear battle music start playing. Oh no.
Like, oh no.
He'd probably like withhold the fact that some of them probably he'd probably tell of Kai doing something really like his big explosion thing, but he won't mention that he almost died. He also won't mention that Venandi almost died too.
Kai the Strong.
You know?
The
He won't
frog that
mention
the
anything
frog
of,
that
like,
broke
death
a bowl.
And wasn't Niran close to death as well?
Oh no, I just got launched off
Extremely.
a cliff.
Oh, I thought you were like almost
Yeah,
dead.
I had 2 hit points.
I was almost making death
Oh, yeah,
saving
I was at
throws.
You
2
were
hit
100%.
points, but like
I would think I was lower than Niran. I had 1.
All right. So
2 or
after
3.
this tale is given, which just captured everyone's attention. Lots of questions get asked, and then it starts to break up, and people are talking to each other. People are excited. Happiness goes up by 10 points.
Hey.
Oh,
But the party is approached by a few people over the course of like the next few hours.
Oh, shit.
The first being, I'll make his token larger out here because it's hard for me to show his art. The first being this gentleman.
Oh, is that the guy I need to hide from?
I like him.
You guys would remember this guy as he seemed to be a member of Tooth and Claw.
He's the monster
Person
slayer.
I must talk to.
Yeah.
The person Kai must talk to. Randor goes behind Kai.
No thanks.
And he'll approach the group like, "Hey, sorry to bother everyone." And as I get his sheet up so I can read it. I know you just got back from your little excursion. I'm Leon Kellor, monster hunter and beast carver.
Top ninja. Cut it out.
And on behalf of Tooth and Claw, I'm very interested in the pelts and meats you've brought back. These, what did you call them?
Jaggy.
Jaggy.
These
I don't know, it just seemed
jaggy
fitting.
are of great interest to me and my compatriots. I know it would be hard for you to part with the parts you have now, but I will be willing to pay, and along with the guild, would be willing to pay for any full carcasses you bring back.
you mean the entire
How does
corpse?
Yes, the full thing.
Okay.
How does 152 silver pieces per carcass sound?
Oh,
Kai, a known merchant, his eyes shoot open.
Randor isn't a merchant and looks over at Kai like, that's a lot of money for a carcass.
Okay, above game, how long would the carcass even last? Would it even last like a 2-day travel?
It takes a while for things to completely decompose. He doesn't. He's. You get a feeling he doesn't want it to eat.
To study.
He might. Well, yeah. He might want it to prod and poke at and study.
Fucking, he's overpaying for this shit. Yeah, that's amazing.
I mean, absolutely.
Who fucks? Hey, take the money.
Sounds like a deal.
Wayne.
I believe
Wayne,
that sounds
say
like a deal.
say he's overpaying for it. I have to put Crest Rewards in mind that there's 8 of you.
Oh, that's fair.
So divide that by 8.
Yeah. He's
Hey,
wanting
Still a
to
lot of money.
he's wanting
Hey,
to give
man.
us the hyperlink blocked.
Yes.
Alright, I'll be right back.
This guy, you said he's part of Tooth and Claw, right?
Mhm.
Do we see any sort of compass on him?
He does have a
Enough
compass on him. You
chroma.
saw that when he was on the boat when you guys boarded the boat with him.
What
You
color
can get
compass is it?
anything, Chris, if you have enough chrome.
Living in a
Oh, that's the color of the
Living in
compass
a
is important. so let
goddamn
me look.
trash can.
I have to look. Lore guilds. Tooth
You
and
have the
claw.
light, don't you? Show it off.
The color compass.
We should probably stop.
Membership.
I will. I will give it to you.
He has
if
a
you
he has
show
a
up
silver
with
compass.
heart-shaped objects.
Oh, the Terrarian silver one?
Yeah, the Belterran silver.
This guy is a fucking beast.
He is indeed.
Hmm.
He is an experienced monster hunter.
Not just an experience, that's the highest you can go.
Randor shifts
Oh
behind
yeah,
Kai.
there's only 2 kinds of compasses. Like
No,
Describe.
you said ranges from the simple brass to
Yeah.
the elegant.
Yeah.
I assume that means that the brass is on prey, and then other variants have like silver, gold, teal, whatever.
Yeah, he's a pretty high-ranking member. I won't say that the compass actively says, "Oh, he's top grade rank," but it's like it is a range. So like,
Gotcha.
we could say there's 3 or
He's
4
a high,
compasses.
he's high up there.
What are the ideals of Tooth and Claw? Because like, you have that for Nature's Wardens, but you
I'm
don't
pretty
have.
sure
Ideals
he
of Tooth
said.
and Claw,
Pretty sure you said they
would
kill all
be-
monsters.
defend people from monsters, capture monsters to study, and yeah, it's just defeat monsters, capture monsters to figure out how to defeat monsters better, break down monsters into parts to make armor to defeat other monsters.
Oh, see, you made him sound way less violent than last time during the first session because Randor is a monster.
I like him.
You're a monster, but you aren't a monster that could be broken down into armor.
Oh, I disagree.
So he wouldn't kill
not?
me yet.
I
So
believe Free would disagree.
Yeah, Von
he will
Vinyasa
also
would
continue to
disagree.
offer. He also express, I'm also very interested in this fairy tale you've mentioned. I could pay greatly for any other information you have about this great beast.
Oh shit, he's gonna kill them.
We don't know too much about the great beast. I only know as much as I told everyone else. As we've only come in contact with the other people for a short period of time. But
If anything
there
comes
is-
up, my offer stays on the table.
understood.
And I'll take this moment now to extend an olive branch. I hold the right on this trip among Tooth and Claw to recruit new members. So if any of you are interested in joining the Claw,
Nala
you are welcome.
Nala kind of shakes his head and, Fred, I at least must decline. I have promised my services to another faction.
As have I.
Understandable. My offer still stands, no matter you know what. Like, like you can't find me. I'm on a
I
boat.
feel like Viandi kind of looks over and looks away.
Kai would look at the man, just be like, "What's your name?"
As I said earlier, Leon. Kellor.
Sorry.
Leo.
Sorry, I was just thinking about something. But here, as Kai will actually toss him one of the bird wyvern fangs that he got from a Jaggy. Let's just say that let's just say that I may be a bit interested.
He'll take the fang and inspect it and go. Very interesting. We'll talk below deck in the over. Well, let's talk below deck over one of these fine hunks of smoked meat. And
Oh yeah, did the
to
Niran
smoked
you,
looks-
meat
Sounds
gain
like a
us any
deal,
more
my friend.
happiness?
Niran looks a bit
uh,
interested.
the whole thing went up 10 happiness just from you guys coming back with meat. You still alive, so on and so forth.
Stories.
Gotcha.
So he walks away, and before the party can even break apart, you're approached again by a different person.
God damn it.
Yeah, no, you're gonna get approached by a few people. And this one actively, Morgiana, you get like a kick in the ankle from someone behind you.
Huh?
Why am I being assaulted? Morgiana will like snap her head around to look at this person.
You see no one, then you look down.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Enlarge image?
I can indeed enlarge image.
That's
So you do
hilarious.
notice that this person does appear to be either of a gnome or halfling.
Oh, they're a little shit.
Race.
I love
I
that.
like
Yeah,
them.
little shit.
Oh,
I like
they're a
this.
little shit, alright.
Some of you will also notice a lantern that hangs off her hip with the symbol of the Delvers on the side.
That's why I'm being attacked. Okay.
That's
makes
why
sense.
I'm being attacked.
I'm being
That would
attacked!
make sense.
Time to kill!
Just boots away, like, oh wait, shoot.
Hello,
Yes.
I'm your handler.
What?
My handler.
What?
Come
Stop
again.
talking.
What?
Anyways, I'm your fighter.
You just got told to shut up.
I kind of need to speak to you and the unconscious one later on. I've got some missions for you to do with this songstone and cave and ruins you found. All very important information required for the guild. Good job on your find. And she'll like she can't reach your face, so she uses one of her staffs to like pat you on the cheek.
Randor will kind of
fine.
like
Oh.
look
She's just
over.
gonna like slowly like. She's like, what the fuck? Like, I don't remember meeting you. So she just very slowly like opens her hand and goes to reach at the staff with like fire slowly forming, as if to be like, don't touch me.
It quickly pulls away, and she twirls it around. She puts it back behind her back, and she's got like 6 or 7 different staffs and a bunch of scrolls tucked away. She's clearly also very light on her feet. Anyways, as all of you know, me and Morgiana are members of the Order of Delvers, and now that I've heard about it, I would like to see for it myself. I can pay this group to take me. I would like to pay this group to take me to the ruins at their earliest convenience.
And
100 silver pieces.
Randor kind of gets a little uncomfortable at that.
Morgiana's just gonna look back at the group and see what they think.
No,
So
like
what
kind
is
of
this
scratches
group
his
all
head.
about?
I mean, we're going past that way back in a little while to meet Breezy, right? A short stop shouldn't hurt.
Well, no, it was we're meeting him back by the berry trees. In the
Yes, but I mean, that's what, half a day's travel away?
Austin above game. I think they did mention they were going to take us back to speak to the chief, possibly. So we would
Yeah,
we
that's
would pass the ruins again. I'm just concerned about Randor.
Nala the Barbarian,
Right.
who
That's
doesn't
fair.
think things head.
Naren will look at her and just be like, I do believe that we are quite booked full on availability.
Soon, my friend, as Nala like
She's
her
gonna
on the-
roll an insight check. Make a deception check, Niran.
Can Randor give Nier an advantage?
No.
Damn it.
Deception check, Niran.
Fuck.
No. I rolled a 6.
Yes.
No amount of modifier could help. No
Woo!
amount of sane modifier can help her. Fine. But I do want to see these ruins, Mojiana.
Maybe one day.
Find me later for your mission.
Very
Randor
well.
will sigh and pat Nier on the back. Like, thank you.
He doesn't trust these people around his new friends. So, because people in
the
the
party-
old world have wronged him before, but people in the new world have not yet.
So, as Yophyra leaves, another person approaches the group who was just standing around patiently. Clearly, she had been trying to speak to the group several times now, but was beaten to it.
No.
Expand dong.
Oh, she's so cute.
Oh, she's pretty.
She's very pretty.
So she walks up to the group and she curtsies, and she. Hello, I am Daphne, a druid of the Nature's Wardens.
Yes, ma'am. How can I help you?
Yes, hello, Nala. I've heard much about you.
All good things, I
I-
hope.
I do have some things to relate to you from home.
Wonderful.
But if I may address the group, I would love if you would bring me any samples of any plants you find, if you can safely capture any kind of creature. It would do wonders for my studies.
Does
Niren's a
Randor
hopeless
still have...
romantic, so he's gonna quickly produce one of the cabbages.
Yeah. By the way, the bird didn't. The bird did not come back to the boat. The bird stayed on the land.
Does Randor still have the berries?
Randor, seeing a woman druid and being a bard.
Okay. Never mind.
You mean a bony one that has no?
Shut up! Not the point. He is a fucking hopeless romantic that will never fuck. And he's okay with that.
I mean, at least Niren still has a chance.
Yep, this is true. Randor will be your wingman. Randor will walk up next to Niren, wrap an arm around you, and give this druid lady one of the glassberries. And
So you
smile
notice
at her.
the glassberry has started to go slightly cloudy.
Ah, damn it!
It is not as crystal clear as it used to be.
They have an
It's at this point. Yeah, it's this way. It's like 4 days old.
Oh, is it
It's
really?
like 3 or 4 days old.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Niren's gonna
very old
explain
at
that
this
they
point.
look much more beautiful when you see them in person.
Oh, thank you. So, what was your name?
Niren, at your service, and he's gonna bow his head.
Thank you, Nia. And of you, and she'll point at Randor.
Randor can speak common. Sometimes. He can say his name in common. He'll say, Randor. And he'll bow
Thank
and
you,
give
Sir
her a
Randor.
wink.
Thank you, Sir Niren. And she'll bite into the fruit and she'll go, oh, it's mostly water. Sweet and a little bitter. Which all of you would know, it shouldn't be bitter.
They're much more sweet when you bite into them fresh. They were not bitter at all when we had them. And the unripe ones have a firmer texture and don't turn into liquid when you bite them.
She'll nod, and you watch as she starts to roll the skin between her thumbs, and she pushes out those 3 seeds, and she puts it in a pouch at her side.
Yeah,
What
she's
did you say her name was again?
She introduced herself as Daphne,
Yeah.
and I can get her full name, NPCs.
yeah.
Daphne Magra. Magra. Daphne Magra.
Oh, do we have a
Thank you
name
for your
the-
time.
Oh, sorry.
For the who?
For the person who kicked Marciana.
She introduced herself as Yofira, and it
How do you
was
spell
Yofira Copperhorn. Fira Copperhorn.
Oh, did someone leave the roll 20?
What?
just
What was
happened?
it?
I accidentally hit the back button on my mouse.
Oh,
Yofira Copperhorn. Yofira.
my notes have
Fire
been edited for Lexi.
Hey Van.
Hmm?
Where's her clasp? Is it just on her like shoulder mantle thing?
Yeah, it would be the other shoulder from the picture, and it hooks like her little thing, her little top like mantle
Okay.
together.
Van.
For those of you who because I forgot about this, mine, I don't actually wear armor for the most part, but it's been fashioned as my belt buckle.
Van, if the glass barriers are just gonna start to go bad, I'm gonna give her 3 of them. So I'll have 2 left.
Thank you.
How's-
I will study these greatly. These grew on a tree?
Yes, around a lot of water.
I'm not surprised. That's what they're mostly comprised of.
It seems they need a lot to grow, otherwise they don't survive. I think that's
Well, I thank you all. I'll be seeing you later, Nala, dearest.
Yes, ma'am.
I believe one of the farmers wanted to speak with me. And she starts looking around very nervously and runs off.
Miss Daphne, just a shy folk. Has Nala's met her probably maybe twice.
Randor would have caught on to Niren's exterior interest and kind of elbow Niren and smile.
He'd blush because he'd realize the feathers on the top of his head were standing up a little bit, and he'd try to brush them down real quick.
Randor will just smile at you.
So at this point, it's become very clear that there are multiple people that are waiting to talk to you, and they all have something important to say to the group as the group continually tries to go about their business, and then someone comes and pulls them back together.
Randor will just stand around at this point.
The group is
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
approached
Niren's
by
not leaving where we're standing.
I'm just
group is
doing
approached by this
maintenance on
gentleman.
my boat.
It's
Oh, he's
Annie from
so
fucking.
hot.
It's fucking Annie from Attack on Titan. What the fuck?
He's
Is it
hot.
That's a
is it
he.
actually that character?
Basically.
No, they don't look really anything alike, and that's a he, Wayne.
Is that a he?
That's a boy.
Oh god, I'm fucking that. I got holes.
I don't
I
want to
don't-
know.
I hate that
Thank you, but I
statement.
don't want to know.
You hate that statement
He's
because
really
it's true.
pretty. What the fuck?
I mean, the only thing I can think of is the eye sockets, and it's awful. Anyway.
So, mutual agreement to throw the skeleton off the boat.
Ah!
He'll just sink.
As the group goes to like check, see if they can go first, they hear a hey, as this man approaches you. Hi, name's Westbrook.
Oh, he's got a cool
I am
name. What the
your-
fuck?
I am your resident smith. It's nice to meet all of you, and I have come to express my interest in someone building me a goddamn forge.
Tashi wa ashi, which translates to "Oh God, he's hot."
That's
he'll
not
raise
how
an-
he's-
This one's a
He'll
bit
raise an
weird.
eyebrow. Randor, he raises an eyebrow as he looks at you, and in Fejap, he'll go, "Thank you."
Randall will go.
Oh,
Randall
no!
will cough
You
and
made
blush
a
and go
mistake.
shit,
You made a mistake.
and say, "You're welcome."
We do have some plans for a forge.
Fuck
Don't
me.
worry too much about that.
Okay, and you see he puts his hands on his temples, and then he goes down. He just holds his face. Goes, thank you, thank you.
Were you having some
Anyways.
issues with a forge?
I've been on a. They won't even let me start a fire. And then he'll point behind Morgiana where there is a crew member with a water bucket standing directly behind her.
Oh God.
Oh, I see.
Well, did you
This
try
remember
starting the
this was
fire off the boat?
this was the whole trip for Morgiana. There was a crew
Well,
member
that's
that was
right.
assigned to
Yeah.
walk behind
Yeah.
Morgiana with a bucket of water the
I forgot
entire
about that.
time.
I forgot.
No,
about
they won't.
that.
They won't let us off the boat. It's
Randor.
not safe,
Well-
or whatever. Apparently.
Well,
Anyways,
Randor.
since you guys are
Oh.
going out there and fighting things, as of right now, I can do very basic repairs and very basic upgrades. Of course, at a fee. But once you
My-
get me a forge, I can start doing more complicated things.
My punch dagger is fucked, though, right?
Yeah. I think.
It's dulled.
I think it was.
Let me see it.
I think it was permanently dulled.
He's gonna hand it over.
He'll spin around in his hand. He'll look at the blade. He'll hold it like up to his face and look how straight it is. Did you try to resharpen this yourself?
The lizard tried, and he'll gesture towards Fiery's character.
Check your whitestone, friend. It might have a blemish in it. You rolled the edge. Give me 3 days.
Oh shit. He's good.
I like this guy.
I actually know
I
what he
like-
was talking about with the white. He's fucking. He knows what he's doing. Oh God.
We'll say 10 silver.
It's not bad.
I think that is doable. Thank you.
I got this one for. I can get that one for you.
What's the
buddy.
conversion rate for gold, man? Is it 10?
1 gold equals 1 silver.
One gold is 1 silver. Wait.
Wait,
One
no,
gold equals 10
like-
silver. You got
Wait, is
1
it
gold
10?
is 10 silver.
I'm about to say
10
one
silver,
one
yeah,
gold is
we-
1 silver. That's kind of shit.
That was Austin's campaign. That was Austin's campaign where Austin made everything on a 100 conversion instead of a 10 conversion.
All right, so
So
I have.
Austin ruined your D&D brain in terms of money.
Yeah,
for that
yeah,
campaign.
yeah.
Listen. My money brain never has worked.
So I have 1 gold and 15 silver lit, or in this case,
how much-
15 silver.
Basically.
I don't think me and you talked about my money.
Niran,
situation.
Randor will hand this guy 10
you're
silver
right.
for you.
You were supposed to start with money from your background. I swear it was mentioned in your session 0 how much money you left with.
Well, the thing was
it not?
right? Because I can DM you about a thing.
I
Right?
mean, you did do Frey in a day,
Yeah,
man.
you wouldn't have daddy's money. If you know
Well,
what I
no.
mean.
Daddy,
not
I
like
mean,
that.
daddy. Sorry,
Did
daddy.
you bring a sugar daddy along with you?
Oh God.
No, I did
God.
do the one thing. Remember, like when I'll DM you about it. I don't want to.
Just message. him.
Then I'll
Morgiana, what
yeah,
was your
DM me.
handler's name again?
Fucking, I don't know.
then I'll pay for Niran's
Yo, Fyra.
repairs.
Yo, Fire. Okay, can we get that in the visual aids as well, please? If I can copy paste that.
I don't remember this, Vinny. Hold on, what? I don't
Oh my God.
remember this.
There's a lot of
Do you
background
not
stuff
remember
happening.
me doing that?
No.
Oh, Vinny robbed a
Was
motherfucker.
this in your session 0 or in your backstory?
That was in the session 0.
Oh, Vinny robbed a motherfucker for sure.
Did I not say how much it was?
You did, but you said I couldn't keep all of it. Because I did use some of it.
It's a 10
I
to
used
1
some of it to
ratio. Yes,
heal.
Austin.
I used some of it to pay for
The
medical
10
bills.
silver is 1 gold.
Yeah.
I don't remember how
I'm
much you
pretty
said
sure
was
we.
in it.
I'm pretty sure how I covered it was everything you did in your session 0 took all the money,
Okay, so then I don't know
so I
how much
wouldn't have to
money I'd
deal with it
have.
going into here.
Yeah, then
Let
I
me
don't
look
know
at
how
your
much
sheet.
money I'd have.
Let me look. Character
Because the
sheet.
money that I got for my backstory and would kind of bleed into my like session 0 stuff because I was there for 2 years.
I gave you 25 silver.
Okay, that works. Thank you.
I'll pay for Niren's repairs. I'll spend my 10s over.
I think Kai already did it.
Oh, you
I
did?
already
I think
did.
Kai
Oh,
already
you
did
son
it.
of a bitch!
I'm a merchant. I have money.
I'm fucking
What is
alright.
the name of my handler again?
Well,
please?
was.
Yo, Fyra.
Yo, Fyra.
Belly?
Yeah, she
I'll
wanted it in visual
drop it in the
aids.
chat.
Oh, there
Thank
we
you.
go.
Oh, there you go.
Copperhorn.
Couple on.
Van, I'm gonna put a hot
Anyways.
forgeman in the game.
Oh, he's so hot. It's upsetting. He's
Yeah,
so hot.
yeah, right?
He'll
Fuck,
tuck
dude.
he'll tuck the punch dagger into his pocket or into his belt and goes, anything, any cosmetic or heck, even if you wanted wanted me to. I don't know why you would, but if you wanted me to if you want to ever I do lots of cosmetic work, so if you want your weapon to have slots for jewels and such, I can make those as well.
Randor will hand him his trident or katana, whichever one would be easier for that, for materia slots.
I have to look how long slotting's gonna take.
Okay.
It's gonna be in important PDFs, I believe. Important PDFs, crafting. Are you gonna hand him both of your weapons or just one of them?
Whichever one's easier to do. 'Cause I think the trident is...
Probably your trident.
Okay.
Yeah, because the trident has just a bunch of metal near
Because
the big middle.
yeah.
Alright, I'll hand him my trident then.
And I
See
think in
here,
the one
quick
check, my
reference.
longsword got fixed, right? Like the longsword was just the
Yeah,
only
your
thing
longsword
that
is
got
fixed.
Okay.
Where is the slotting? Crafting modifiers, supplement modifiers.
Tell me how much that's gonna
Crafting
cost too.
magic.
It add a +2.
Since I have money now.
Man, I'm in the crafting PDF, Ninja, and I
can-
don't see it.
well,
Or the
let
blacksmithing
me-
PDF.
Yeah, let me pull it up so I can see if I can find it too.
Oh boy.
It's fine. Just
I think you can control F it.
Yeah, Ninja will look for it for me.
Yeah, you guys just keep going. I'll
Yeah,
do the research.
Ninja's my rule searcher.
Van,
Alright,
how
so
I
much?
gotcha.
Westbrook.
Cost.
I have to look. That's what Ninja's looking into.
Alright, never
for
mind
me.
then.
Van, they actually do
Huh?
have something about modifying weapons. 2 hours. The modifications will take 2 hours.
Oh!
Oh, only 2 hours?
That's just it just has something just for modification specifically.
Well, that's convenient.
Huh. Alright, so we'll go.
As
How many slots did you need?
How much per slot?
It's a lot of carving in this metal. 15 per?
Just one for now, and I'll hand him 15.
Alright. He'll take the trident. It'll be done. I can start this today. You can come find me end of day. Or find me tomorrow. It'll be easier.
Randor will kind of blush and smile
and
says,
he'll step away.
Sounds good.
And then the final person that approaches the group as a whole is a very studious looking orc.
Ooh.
I like his beard.
Some more.
He'll fix his glasses as he approaches, and he carries this tome in one hand. He's like, "Hello, I'm Ulag, a member of the Arcane Brotherhood. I did not hear any mention of it in your tale, but if you come across any magical artifacts, I would love to study them.
What's his name?
Hmm.
How do you spell it
No.
again?
ULAG. ULAG.
Okay, I heard
ULAG.
you
Or
lock. Okay.
Nala's gonna
ULAG.
speak up. He's gonna be like, uh, curiosity. If you were to study something long enough, could you recreate it, even if in lesser quantities? Like, say you found a magical item that could make you stronger. If you were to reassemble it, could you make
That
smaller
depends on
versions?
that depends on the complexity of the magic and the strength of the enchantment. I am a practiced practitioner. I know my way around a spell book and the weave, but even I have my limitations. Now, my other question is: you mentioned a very interesting black and purple crystal.
Ah, yes.
We
As
did?
we all
The
kind of just look
explosion
towards
crystal.
Irie.
We all
Yeah,
looked
we look
towards-
towards Viandi to explain that
now,
one.
now I understand if you are apprehensive about it, but I have been given a sum of money from the Arcane Brotherhood for situations like this. If you could procure me one of these crystals, a piece of this crystal, I will pay you 500 silver pieces.
Oh,
We will try, but we
Nala
were
like
told that
step
there's.
right up, done.
Randor
We were
looks at
told that
Nala.
shake his head like, excuse me?
Randor
Look
looks
at
at
it.
Nala and just
Morgiana's
mouths the
gonna, like,
words.
jump on
Did
his
you
back
not remember
hands over the mouth.
explode? Big boom. Massive
No,
Excuse my
problem.
friend.
You'll
Listen,
remember
if
that
anyone
Nala
could do
didn't
it,
get
I
hit by
believe
that.
in Nala. If
Nala
anyone
didn't get
can
hit by
do it,
that.
I believe in Nala.
I wonder why.
He just saw you guys kind of like go ends up, and he doesn't know that it's not a damage he can just kind of shrug off.
So above party question. We asked this guy if he could remake magical items, and he said he could do it as lesser. Materia can be created, so I don't. It's up to you guys. I'm just putting that out there.
Nala
thing
hasn't
is-
shown off the Iracunda sphere yet, but if we
Okay.
find another one, he will.
Because
Yeah, not until
Also,
after we
we
freaking
could
got after him.
get a basic lightning materia probably from that.
Also, if you find any spell scrolls, I just take a day to copy them, and then
What
you can have
about
it back.
What about spell songs?
What?
Randor will
Nala will
pursue.
You're
kind of
gonna
gesture
get ready
towards his
to
like more competent.
Yeah.
crew
Randor
members,
would have wrote it
Morgiana
down.
And
Oh, you're talking about the song stones you discovered.
Yeah.
I was able to bring the majority of my books with me, and I have access to the archives at the Arcane Brotherhood School of Magic. I could research such a thing.
And this is Randor's new best friend for the rest of the afternoon.
What? Oh, you're quite quick on your feet.
hey, Mr. Ulag, right?
Okay. Yes, Ulag. Ulag or Ulag. I will get his last name. NPCs, Ulag.
But do you still want the travel music playing?
You can play the travel music. Ulag Bograzal.
Bob Resolve?
Bog, B-O-G,
Oh,
R-Z-O-L. Bograzal.
Can you
For
put
Bog
that?
Razal.
Can you put that in chat for me?
He's
I
no.
I like how
no,
Vinny
for
is
me,
making
he is
whole
now Bob
words out
Resolve.
of these names, like Bog Resolve?
I just want it for spelling.
He is
It's
now
really
Bob
hard
Resolve.
to hear.
And what was
I
what?
found something a long while ago.
What was this thing?
I'll drop it in chat.
Oh, I misspelled his name. That's Big Resolve.
Okay.
Oh, Big Resolve?
I found
no,
something
I
a long
misspelled
time
it.
ago.
Oh, it's big. Okay.
It's Bog.
And
Bog?
Sorry, it's Bog. B-O-G. Bog.
What was his
Okay,
magic
okay.
thing? I'm sorry. Like the place he was from.
His magic thing?
He was from a guild.
He is
or
a
whatever.
member. He is a member of the Arcane Brotherhood.
Okay.
I found this thing a long time ago, and I have no idea what it does. Can you tell me what it is?
What? What is?
I want to show him my ring.
Oh, all right. He'll cast Identify on it, and
Oh shit.
it is exactly like it. It is a what was the name of the ring? I forget.
Oh, it's called a Ring of Shared Suffering.
Yeah. Oh well, this is a very interesting artifact you have discovered. So they come in pairs. I assume you don't know where the other one is.
Nope.
So you activate the ring, and whenever you take damage, that damage is lessened, and the wearer of the other ring takes the other half.
Could I procure a second ring, even if it's not this pair, and conjoin those two? Or does it have to be specifically two of a set?
The bonds between the two rings would have to be broken, and a new ring created, and the bond move over, which is possible. Like, wizards have terrible memories; they lose paired items all the time.
Man,
it's quite as simple.
I just gotta think. Nala's been taking all that damage. There's a dead motherfucker somewhere. There's just a dead motherfucker somewhere with a ring
hasn't
on.
been wearing this because he had no knowledge of what it was, so he just kept it with him.
No, there's a dead bitch somewhere. I don't know where.
The dead bitch is the person I got this ring from.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's not wrong.
Yep.
There was a dead bitch.
Fair
So
enough.
it could be paired again, is what you're saying.
Yes, you'd have to have another ring made, given the same enchantment, and then break the bond, and in the same time of breaking the bond, move it over to the new ring before the enchantment operates.
Is this something you could do? As like Nala kind of tilts his head in curiosity.
With enough time and preparation and materials? Yes. On this boat? No.
I see.
I need certain conditions to be met.
Like what, a thunderstorm?
No, what you would call a library or laboratory or so, somewhere I can enchant and
Oh, you
do
need
my
the
work.
bookshelves.
We're a long way off from getting me my place of work on this island. But anyways, I've taken up enough of your time. Have a good rest of your day. And with that, the party as a group is not approached by anyone else.
Woo!
Bye, Smork. I'm not actually saying that.
Can he only speak common, or do we not know?
He spoke to common to the group. He didn't speak any other languages.
Randall will approach him when he gets a chance, because he has some things to talk about with Arcane Man.
So, where do the rest of you scurry off to?
I'm gonna be spending time with Tallulah.
Nala needs to see Daphne.
Okay.
Morgiana's
I
gonna
have
check
a-
on Wilvella.
Niran will
I have
probably
meetings with
follow Nala. And then go look for Kai to see if because he's trying to find a place where he fits in.
So Niran's following Nala?
Yes.
So Nala, as you're approaching Daphne, you get about there-ish when a very familiar kitsune pops in front of you.
Ah, hello.
Oh.
Yeah, hey. Good to see you guys are back. Tenshiro, you remember me? We talked we mainly only talked before the boat left.
I remember this, yes.
It's just ever since we talked, something's like been on my mind. Like something isn't right, and I just want to know if you're playing a trick on me, because I don't like it when people play tricks on me.
What's not right, sir?
What did you say your name was?
My name is Nala.
Last name?
Pelagiano.
Uh-huh. And in that story, you in the story everyone told you fight with lightning when you get angry.
It does seem to happen when I get upset.
Uh-huh. So stop fucking with me.
Would you like to see, good sir?
Niren's
He looks
gonna
around
duck.
at the mass
To
of
make
people.
himself the shortest person.
Randor is gonna like, who's very close to Nala, gonna kind of like take a step back.
I don't need to be proven to. I know I'm right.
You
Listen,
obviously
man.
do need proven to.
Listen, my friend. It's not cool to be walking around with the name of a dead hero, especially trying to trick someone from the Feywild where they're from.
Nala goes to speak and then freezes mid-sentence.
Hold on, I'm gonna roll the
As his
history.
eyes like he's been like kind of just jokingly matter. Now dead serious face as he stares at him and he goes, "What are you talking about?"
Oh no.
Now I want to roll a history check.
Niren and Randor can roll history checks.
Now I want to roll a history
They both
check.
have experience with the Feywild.
God, you can't be
I
fucking
as well?
dicking my fuck right now. I rolled a
yes,
9
Har, you
again.
You could be hearing this. You rolled a 9.
Do I have
Niren
advantage
rolled a
because
I
I'm
three.
from the
don't fucking
Feywild?
hear it, Wayne.
This is
Yeah,
bullshit. Roll 20.
If you're from the Feywild, you have advantage on the check.
Okay, good. Fuck.
What?
Damn!
Are you?
Oh my god!
are you
Roll 20, what the
serious?
hell? I got a 13.
Three ones.
I got a
Three
13.
threes.
That's insane.
Yeah, Deals also rolled a 3, then rolled a 19 with his advantage.
Wow.
So, Randor and Zahar pass.
Fuck.
As you think about Nala's name, it does resonate with you. You didn't put it together because it was like it's like someone being named after like a cool hero. Oh yeah, he was named after that hero. Those of you that grew up in the Feywild, or at least went to the Feywild, would know that in years past, there was a group of adventurers known as the Relentless Hunters, and one of its members carried the same name as Nala.
Oh.
And so,
Niren's
and
just
as a
fucked off at this point. Like he's just looking around.
I'm sorry.
I mean,
Sorry, Link.
like and it's like, I mean, I think it's just kind of insensitive. Like, they
Oh,
kind
he's
of,
just
you know, they kind of died, you know, defeating a great beast, and you're just gonna go run around with his name. I mean, I'm personally offended, but I'm less at that, more at that you're trying to trick me.
Nala
Don't try
reaches
and trick
for it
me.
and grabs his collar to like hold him still as he kind of like leans in. He's like got like at least a foot like on this man, and he's like leaning in face to face. I have no knowledge of what you're speaking of, but I need that. I've been looking for a way into the Feywilds for a very long time. And at this point, like, his eyes are starting to like turn that light blue that happens when he has his rage activated. It won't take much longer to push him over the edge.
I don't know why you're here. Then there was a portal in Koyado Okami.
Am I hearing
You're
all this?
like 3 months.
He kind of like just drops him, like disgusted. Yes, and it's unfortunate that I have no access to it. Something about, you know, messing with someone's bounty, or they need to collect money for their guild or whatever. And all of a sudden, you can't go into a fucking town with the dam. So now my only choice is to find a godforsaken portal on this hell of a landscape.
Does at this point he'll like misty step back. Like I said, I mean, I just wanted to confirm whether or not you were messing with me. I play. I understand. You could have told. It's just no. Just don't try and trick me. All right.
Niren's gonna
I'm
smile
not
at him.
tricking you, youngster. I promise you I have no knowledge of what you're speaking of, and that if I do find out anything, it is by coincidence. My name is not a lone hunter Caliagano, and it is by mysterious circumstances, which I'll be glad to tell you of, that I can command this lightning.
Yeah, you do that, big guy, and he's just gonna
Niren's
give you
gonna
a
step in
odd
front
stare.
of Niren's gonna step in front of Nala and just kind of like throw his hands up and look at him and be like, "Hey, you don't need any of this guy's trouble. You don't need to cause any harm. He can believe what he wants to be and what he wants to, and at the end of the day, we know what's true, and he's just in the dark about it."
How are the people around us? Because like I'm obviously in the
Oh no,
middle.
lots of people are staring. You pretty much have the attention of the whole boat at this point.
He's gonna say, "I come from the Feywilds. He does not speak for everyone. He's just trying to pick a fight because he feels like you're tricking him, which also means that he feels like you are smarter than him."
There's a person
Hey, I
around
never
here
said
that can
that.
throw. There's a person around here that can throw water on a fire, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm raging and I'm thunderbolting like directly in front of him. I do not mean to hit him. I mean to hit the floor in front of him. If it causes a fire, Nala doesn't care because there's people to put it out.
Randor goes, "Oh no."
Oh
As
no.
as I cause this lightning to flash, like strike in front of him, I'm slowly advancing. Like, you call me a liar one more time.
Yeah, he like the
Niren's
lightning
being
bolt strikes, and
slowly
he just
pushed.
like falls back. And at this point, he's breathing heavy. His fur has stood up, and he is panicking, looking for a way to get out of here. And he's very surprised that there was even lightning. And he's just gonna look around. He's gonna look up, and he's gonna, whoosh, and once again disappear and reappear on top of the mass. All right, you can use lightning. That's even weirder.
Niren's gonna call out to him. Yes, he can use lightning, and you make yourself taller."
Oh shit.
Wow, that's a dumb decision. Okay.
And with that, he's just gonna smile and wave, like, "Have fun."
At this point, yeah, hold on. So yeah, there's been a commotion around here, down here the whole time.
Nope, I wouldn't know.
What do these two do to the lightning?
What to?
The two guards at the front of the ship.
They're about to do something, and then they see something and they back off.
Oh shit, the captain's walking up.
Oh
So-
no.
Nala, you feel something very cold pressed to your back.
Nala kind of like stops moving. His eyes going from like staring and like very angrily at the fox. It's like much too far away right now. So he like just slowly turns his head back to look over his shoulder.
He turns into the hot
you
lungs
see the
meme.
captain. You see the captain standing behind you, who is taller than you, if I remember correctly. He has like a foot on you, right?
Man.
He's a
He's
big,
got at least a little bit on me.
he's a big motherfucker.
Yeah. So,
I'm
so
7'9".
the whole
I
trip.
think he's like 8 something. He's a little taller than
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, the whole trip, as I described, you hadn't seen the captain remove his right arm from his shirt.
No.
That arm has been removed from the shirt, and that cold feeling in your back is those of you that you can't quite see it, but those of you that have side views, you see the captain's malnourished arm. It's like clearly lost muscle mass. It goes to a nub where he's missing part of his hand, part of his forearm, and strapped to it there is just a small cannon.
He's fucking Barrett!
I love him.
No!
Hold on. He's so cool.
And you just hear, I won't be having this on my ship.
Naren's gonna pipe up and say, well, maybe you should check everyone's attitudes. We did not come back to be treated this way.
Randor's gonna
The
cast.
captain will look over in near insurrection.
And
I
it
frankly
clearly-
don't care how you each other treat each other. All I care about is my ship running smoothly. You're
Randor,
gonna scrub that spot out, young man.
Randor will cast a message.
Oh, I'm cool with
on-
that. Just as long as you don't hurt him.
Randor will cast a message on Nala and say, I think it's best to listen to this guy. Go say that in Sylvan.
Nala goes from looking into the captain. He just, regardless of the cannon on his back, turns his head back to the fox, and he kind of goes, "We'll talk later." And then like his eyes fade back to that grayish blue that he has. The electricity around him seems to dull as he kind of like rotates his neck. He looks over his shoulder again and goes, "Aye, I'll scrub it."
Hey, Fiery, how's your gallbladder? He sent me a message. I feel like death, but I'm here. What's happening?
A lot.
Nala got pissed at someone calling
I'd
him
rather
a
be
liar
hit
and
by a
almost burnt
bus.
the ship.
You'd rather be hit by a bus? Oh God, I think that's how Abby feels every day. So, yeah.
The party made it back to town. I introduced the town building mechanic, which some people are very excited by. You guys went back to the boat, and many people started speaking, giving small quests and giving missions. Your
And
bird
then-
stayed on land; it did not want to go back to the boat. And then the fox, the kitsune that is on the boat, approached Nala. Went, "Hey, why do you have this dead hero from the Feywild's name? And why are you claiming to have his powers?"
Niren threatened someone and put his dagger to their throat.
At first, Nala was surprised, and then he got pissed off with being called a liar several times.
We lost a worker because he wanted to spit on some child's grave.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Child, he was
Person
17,
that, Niren
21, something
threatened.
like that.
Seven.
not 18, he's a
Van
child.
casually says, "A child. He was 17, 21. It's whatever. He's dead."
He
Fuck,
was not
man.
older than 18. He's a child.
Fuck, man.
Niren almost stabbed the guy who spit on the grave, so he's refusing to work like a wuss.
And Niren's pissing everybody.
Nala yeeted Randor over a river.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that was the thing that happened. So anyways, at that moment, the captain pulls his arm back. He tucks his cannon arm back into his shirt, and then starts to walk back to the helm of the ship.
I like him.
Before
He's cool.
Nala goes to talk to Daphne, he's gonna scrub the spot like he said he would do, because that's
I
just
have
what Nala does.
I have a small meta question. The captain is super tall, right? But does he
Yes.
look like he's really old?
He's got some gray in his hair. Hold on.
Okay.
I'll enlarge his token.
Because
Oh,
he looks
God,
really
he's a
cool in
dilf.
small preview. Oh, you're right. Oh no.
Oh God.
Oh no, he's hot!
He's hot.
Wait, where are we going? Visual aids?
Oh,
Okay.
no.
No,
He
I
enlarged
just-
the
Oh,
fog.
oh yeah. No, he's hot.
Oh, he's real hot. Oh
He's
no.
he's
Why is everyone on this ship hot?
he's like a Castlevania character.
Or an asshole.
We all came from literally France.
Well, 90%.
Everyone had to be hot.
They all had to be hot.
Well, not everyone was from France.
No, but we all came from there.
Feliz
No.
Navidad.
You're not.
Yeah,
We all have
talk,
some.
yeah,
sort of
talking
happening.
about. Yeah. Everyone here is hot. Everyone is so hot.
He's a fur book. He
To
gets
some-
a pass.
I'd like to point
That
out
is-
this one down here has piqued my interest as well.
Which one? Oh, this one?
Yeah.
I'm interested in her. We haven't talked to her yet. I don't
Anyways,
think.
yeah. No, Nala will clean up his spot before he talks to Daphne. So, if you guys want to do something in the meantime.
Yep. So
I'm
Nala's
just
spinning
spending
that
time with
spot up.
Tallulah.
This fox just hangs out on the top mast.
Literally as far as possible from Nala. Gotcha.
Oh no, he
Is it
shoots you
big?
dirty glances the entire time.
If he wants to test those assumptions at any point, I'll be glad.
Just preferably not on the boat.
Randor would like to discuss things with Magic Boy or Magic Orc Man.
How did Magic Orc Man respond to me just shooting lightning from randomly nowhere?
He took a note.
Sounds about right.
Noted. Gotcha.
And the Delver girl next to me?
The one that- the
She
one
almost
that
gets
kicked
struck
me.
by lightning. So she took a note. Almost gets struck by lightning.
I almost did.
It's like it doesn't phase them. They just go, noted.
Almost
Put it in the
died today.
Almost got electrocuted by very muscly Goliath. Gotcha.
Just casual.
Hey Van, can I
Yeah,
give
just-
you a small thing?
Sure.
Okay.
So Randor, what do you have to ask Ulag?
If Vinny wants to go first.
Oh no! I don't.
Vinny's just messaging me, so go ahead and ask while Vinny's
Yeah.
messaging.
Okay. Well, first I'll see if he speaks in Fejap. So he'll say, Randor will say, "Excuse me," in Fejap.
Excuse me? He responds.
In Fejap or in,
In
common?
common.
Oh. Randor will then say in common.
Excuse me?
You do not speak, the language I...
Alright, yeah, you pass that to her.
Okay.
Oh, hold on, wait, we'll get to that in a moment. We'll get to that, wait, hold on.
Uh-oh.
Hold on, I want to roleplay that out real quick. So, go
Understood.
ahead and continue, Wayne.
Randor will say, you don't speak the language, I apologize. Very broken
Oh,
common.
it seems this isn't your first language either. Hold on. And he'll flip through his spell book, and he'll stop on a page and he'll cast Comprehend Languages.
Oh,
God, I love
thank
that spell.
God!
Hey, Van, I've got a curiosity question.
Yes?
Did he cast that on me or himself?
Does comprehend languages
On
allow you
himself.
to
Okay.
beat Thieves' Cant?
Thieves' Cant isn't a language. It is a way of speaking a language. So
Which I understand,
you
but like
encode.
comprehend languages means you know all and can speak all?
Huh?
According to Fiery, comprehend language is only read. So it would have to be tongues. Sorry, it's tongues. Thank you, Fiery. It's tongues,
Well, whoopsie doopsie.
not comprehend languages. Thank you, Fiery.
Grants you the grants the creature you touch the ability to understand any spoken
fine.
language appears. Okay.
It's tongues, so yeah, he can understand you.
So it's not Thieves' Cant because that's just different.
Randor wants. Can
Mhm.
I make an Arcana to see if I understand what he just did, or do I just know?
Sure. You can make an Arcana check.
18.
Yeah, his tongue now has a little bright glowing rune on it.
Randor was
So you
saying.
would assume it's the spell tongues.
Randor was saying Fejap. Well, that's convenient.
It is. Language barriers are trivial and really annoying when it comes to working in magic. So, did you have questions?
Yes. A few actually. You said you had some books with you, and you wanted to review the song, but I have some another runes and whatnot that I'd like to discuss with you and see if you recognize in any of your books.
But I mean, I'm a master of runes. Let me see them, and I'll tell you what I know.
Did he want to do this here, or did he want to go back to where all his shit was, or?
He could do it at either place.
I wouldn't mind either way. Honestly, privacy might be better for Randor just because he's around a lot of people right now.
Then you two will walk to his corner of the ship.
All right.
Where he has all his books piled up.
So if anybody,
while you were walking, Frey, what were you doing?
So
uh-oh.
while that whole commotion was going on, Frey has been spending time with Tallulah because as soon as he got on the ship, he got attacked by he got pulled into a
Fire,
hug,
you
and
just-
he could tell how worried she was, so he wanted to sit down and have a small conversation with her, right? And while they were conversing, he remembered he had something from from something he got
from home.
And he thought it would be a good idea to give her something to remind her of him while he's traveling, so she's not as worried as she was. So he hasn't been wearing it. He's been keeping it in like a little pouch. He reaches into his like side pouch and he pulls out this small silver ring. It has a very intricately designed crest plated on the very top of it. And he just holds it out to her and says, I'm sure you were worrying a
She
lot."
grabs your hands, and she's breathing very heavily. Frey, I didn't know you asked my dad's permission.
But he's like, that's not what this is for.
Of course. Silly me. Just joking.
Frey is not visibly
What did
concerned.
I just come back to?
Frey is not visibly concerned. He is like, this got taken the wrong way immediately.
What did I just come back
Ninja?
to?
Frey went to hand Tallulah a ring.
Ow! Ow! Good job there,
Tallulah
Bucko.
read too deep into it.
Too deep. He kind of like sweats. He's a little nervous. There's like an awkward pause after that, and he's like, you were worrying a lot while I was gone, and I thought this would be a nice reminder." And he just kind of sets it in her hand.
She looks at it, and her breathing finally returns to normal. Thank you, Frey. I'll hold it close while you're gone. If you excuse me, I think my father lost something down on a few decks below. I will see you later tonight. Sometime. Not that you have to meet me or anything or nothing like that. Not that we have to see each other all the time. Bye. And she
Yes.
runs
The
off.
Tsundere card.
And she runs off and then goes below deck, and then there is just a high-pitched squeal that reverberates throughout the entire ship.
He just kind of speaks to himself. He's like, I didn't think that would be taken that way. Well, as long as she's happy. And now, he'll probably like, since he's alone now, he'll
What
probably
can you
like
be doing, Fire?
go off and find some people to talk to. Probably go talk to her dad. Actually,
Frey, you notice that this person kind of
Oh?
gives you a look as you walk by.
Oh, if I notice that, then I'll probably go over and talk to her. He
And
like as he's walking, he like sees her give him a look, and he kind of like raises an eyebrow and like walks over and approaches her. As he like approaches, he gives a small wave and says, "Hello."
Hello. And she seems to be concerned that you have approached her.
Sir, okay.
Fiery, you're just on a boat right now. You can take the boat back to the land. They've cut down your tree.
Notes.
There's work to be done. People are cutting down trees, breaking up rock, starting to build structures. Yeah, you can go. You can go and try to make a camp out in the wilderness. Yeah. So Viandi leaves the ship, and I imagine he doesn't even take the boat. He just jumps off the side of the boat and swims.
So, have I seen her before, or is this the first time
You've
I'm seeing
seen-
her?
You've. This is the first time you've probably spoken to her. You've seen her around the ship. You would know this to be a person that has been explicitly quiet and hasn't really socialized with anyone.
I see.
I'll also make her token bigger.
Okay. And was she like, when she said hello, was it like nervous or was it like shyness?
Nervous.
Nervous. I see. He'll probably like do his best to like keep personal boundaries because he notices that she's nervous, so he wants to like respect her boundaries. And will I've seen you around the ship while we were traveling, but I don't think I've gotten the chance to speak with you before. My name is Frey. It's a pleasure to meet you. And he like extends a hand.
All right. Hold on, just a second. Oh, that's the wrong tab to open. And she will shyly take your hand and shake it. Julia Fizzlebind.
Julia, okay.
I value my privacy. She'll look around nervously.
That's all right. Everyone has their reasons for traveling. But it is still, I think it's okay to know a few people, whether it's just acquaintances, just in case you need anything. And I'm not saying I need anything from you.
Yeah. I do have a question for you, Herrengan, Rabbit Fook. The ring that you gave the Furbolg girl. That was
Yes?
a signet ring of the Briar. Correct?
He starts visibly sweating. I'm sorry to ask, but how would you be? She like pauses. He's not really sure how to ask this question.
All right. Just once you ask the question, tell me.
Oh my god, she's
Alright,
pretty. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she's very pretty.
Marriage? Wait,
like-
what's happening?
Frey went to give Tallulah a ring. Tallulah read way far deep into it.
Oh.
Freaked
He
out.
thought he was proposing.
Oh wow.
But
That's amazing.
I feel like Frey is real nervous about this because he's like he didn't think anyone would be able to like recognize it because he's so far away from the mainland. So he would kind of like fumble over his words, and he's like, I wasn't sure that anyone would have been able to recognize it. But yes, yes, it was.
How did you come into possession of a royal's ring?
He starts invisibly sweating.
Well.
What have
How
we
the
here?
turntables.
How the tables have turned. Turned? Oh boy.
Nope.
Wait, have you
tondled
been
now.
drinking?
How the
He's
cabbage has ripened. There we go.
No,
instead
sorry,
of
it has
answering the
wilted, friend.
question,
Because it's a rabbit. Okay.
instead of answering the question, he's gonna return it with another question. He's like, "Well, how were you able to tell which kingdom it was from?"
Oh, well, I've studied the Feywild to a great extent in my time spent in
Oh, what?
Valhalla.
Oh,
She
okay.
studied the Feywild greatly.
Oh God,
Mm.
no, no.
Mm. So,
Mm.
Frey, you can roll me an insight check because there was a big pause between I studied the Feywild greatly in watermelon.
A perception.
You can roll me an
you said?
insight check. Insight.
Uh-oh. She's
Yeah.
a spy.
18.
Let's
Am
go.
I hearing all
That-
this conversation?
You are. You are deals. That was a lie.
That was a spy. She's a
That was
spy.
a lie.
He pauses and he kind of looks over her face, like looking over her expression, and then goes, I apologize if I'm being quite presumptuous, but I don't believe you're being honest."
Bitch, don't be apologetic. Fucking grill this motherfucker. Grill this
Well,
bitch.
if I'm being honest, I don't think you're being truthful either.
How the turns of tables.
Technically, Frey hasn't fucking said shit.
I haven't said anything. I've just been questioning her. So he's gonna like raise an eyebrow. He's like, I don't believe I've said anything that.
Yes, but you've tiptoed around the truth.
Well. Touche. He kind of laughs.
How the tables are turning and tabled.
He nods along and just I don't believe I am comfortable sharing the information of how I received it, but I will let you know it is not a stolen object.
She leans in close. I know who you are.
I don't like this. Hold on.
Alright, that's not creepy at all. Great. Creepy pretty woman. She's on the list.
Can I roll perception, or is there a roll is there something that I can roll to see if I know who she is?
You
Or
can
if I
roll
can
an
see
insight check to
insight?
determine anything about. You could roll an insight or perception.
Fuck.
You have no idea who this is. She's gonna look around, spot Zahar being really close. Is gonna grab your hand and go, "Come with me."
Okay.
She's gonna
He's
start
not gonna
pulling
resist.
you along.
He's not gonna resist. He's gonna walk with her.
Yeah, and all of you, well, yeah. So some of you with a passive perception above like 12 would notice
Damn it!
Frey being pulled along
Hold on.
by this woman
Nala has a 12.
to the to the lower deck.
I have an 11. They're following me. Fuck. Randork doesn't turn
so,
around. Shit.
Frey, she brings you down 1, 2, 3, 4 decks to the very bottom deck, where you watch she runs forward. Niran, you noticed? Niran,
Hey,
give me
man.
a stealth check. Yes.
I have interest in Vinny's character. Would it'd be alright if I try to stealth and follow along and eavesdrop?
Yeah. Both of you give me stealth checks, and it'll be contested by Frey's and her.
Fuck.
Perception. So I see a 12 from Niran
So like my passive perception.
and 11 from Okay. What's your passive? Because
13.
like,
Wait.
yeah. So yeah,
I have something.
I also have something. Possibly. I don't know if it's
it doesn't help you because you're trying to stealth. You're not hiding. You're trying to follow them. This is an active moving stealth to follow them and not be spotted. So Frey,
Can
you
I roll
both
it again
notice
if I were
Niran.
flying? Because I have silent feathers?
No,
Oh.
no. It's just it's a very open area. It's still daylight. It's approaching dusk, and then you have to follow them below deck. So then you have to move in. Frey, you do notice Zahar and Niran following the two of you, and then I have to roll for her.
I see.
Fuck.
She notices as well.
All right. I'll follow her
And
lead.
so she will. Oh boy.
Chase scene. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
She will stop and shout out to Niran and Zahar. I'm trying to speak privately to this young man. If you two could not eavesdrop, please.
The fact that
And
she
he's gonna mimic her what is it called? How high she holds herself in her speech. He'd be like, well, if we could be sure that you meant him no harm, we would.
Frey's gonna
God.
like laugh.
I don't
at
need him
the
any harm.
mocking-
I'm just trying to speak with him privately, where there's no prying ears. Fairy.
I promise it's going to be all right. I appreciate you guys' concern.
And with that, Frey is whisked off further into the ship. Where there is a door that is shut behind them, and she rushes over and starts to push a crate out of the way, revealing like a little crawl space area.
Oh.
What?
Come.
He's gonna go into the crawl space.
What the fuck?
This, it looks like what you're in is basically an area. If the ship were to start taking on water, like it's a the ship's broken up into separate compartments, and right now you're in one of the compartments that would flood, but the rest of the ship wouldn't flood.
Okay.
Like I said, I know who you are, and she has a smile on her face now.
Well, if you know who I am, I would very much appreciate it if I know who you are, so we're on equal terms.
She looks up at the closed car space. It's only fair. And you watch as there is a flutter of magic around her as her seeming spell fades.
Oh, I knew it. Oh! Oh my god!
Now do I know who she is?
You can roll a history check.
History check. Okay.
So pretty.
Yeah, at advantage because it's current
Why?
events.
Must
add advantage.
everyone
Be
on
hot!
this boat be hot?
It's Ninja, it's okay. They all have IBS.
You look at her face. But it's her hair. It's her snow white hair and elven ears that throws you off as this being Princess Miyazana Heartstone.
What? I knew it!
Is
I
Miyazana?
knew it.
Yeah.
Miyazana Heartstone, Princess of Diamanti.
And would I know of her? Like, I mean, as my background.
As your background, yes, you know of her. Your family had lots of dealings with her family. And she grabs your hands and goes, I was so inspired by you. Who thought we were here together? Oh, this is amazing. Runaway prince and runaway princess. Oh, this is amazing.
Oh,
That's a little too psychotic for me. I have just noped out.
Wow.
Red flag. The flag is
Wow.
red.
There are a
It's
lot
a
of
red flag.
there are a lot of red flags with this
Welcome to
woman.
the. Ah, yes. Welcome to the harem arc.
Yeah.
She's
okay.
extremely excited.
Okay, like excited to meet me or excited to
Yes,
like...
excited to meet you.
Okay.
Frey
So
got a
you
fan?
ran away. You ran away how many years ago?
So I guess I've been in
Would
the
be
city
3,
for
or would be 2 or 3?
2 or 3
Yeah,
years.
so it's like 2.5. So you did not disappear unnoticed. When a prince
Right.
disappears, it's kind of a
Big
Big
deal.
deal.
big thing. And from what you're gathering, your story might have inspired someone else that didn't want to do their princessly duties anymore to also hit the road.
Waverly, we have a prince and a princess.
Hit the road.
Wait,
Jack.
what?
Yep.
Yep.
The fuck?
So
Oh,
Waverly, she turned into this when her and Frey were alone,
Oh.
and she referred to Frey as a runaway prince.
Oh.
Seeing that she's super excited to like meet him, Frey's not used to all this excitement around him aside from Tallulah, right?
Mhm.
But Tallulah only started acting like that kind of recently, so he's still a little weird about it. So he kind of like gives her like this half smile. Like it's a genuine smile, but it's still a little like, thank you. And she's grabbed his hand, right? Like out of excitement.
Yes, she's grabbed both of your hands.
Okay, he kind of like awkwardly smiles, like pulls one hand out of her grip and kind of like pats the back of her other hand. And I haven't met her personally until now, right?
She would have been brought as a child on some diplomatic missions, or
Okay.
like
So this is-
you probably would have been to Diamante in your time as a child, and she was present at like a large political events. You've never spoken to her.
Okay. So he pats her hand. He's like, "Well, it's a pleasure to speak to you for, I suppose, the first time." He kind of laughs at that.
Yes. I'm sorry if I'm coming off as a bit rude. How are you hearing this, Deals? You got left in the dust.
I'm not.
Oh. You just messaged me. Oh, that was a while ago.
Yeah.
Oh, weird. I don't know why I get a ping for it again. Anyways, continue. Sorry.
So he kind of shakes his head. He's like, "No, it's not rude. Well, I haven't had people be, I suppose, this excited to meet me for a long time now. So it's something to get used to again." He kind of smiles at her.
If you don't mind me asking, can you tell me about the adventures you've had? Like, you must have been doing something amazing in the time you were gone from home. Were you out exploring the Feywild? How'd you end up here?
He'll probably give her like a very brief explanation. That he left the Feywild. He didn't stay in the Feywild. He like completely left, and then stayed in Kyodine. He didn't stray too far from the portal, but he did leave the Feywild. That's sort of what he tells her. And he mentions that most of his time away was really spent just living, like just existing.
But you're here now. But
Yes, my there were some unfortunate circumstances that happened that led to me being on this boat. But it's been good. It's been a lot better being here than it was in the city. Even though it's only been a short time.
well, these past 3 months and of the few days have been really the most fun I've ever had. I can't. Can you take me to the mainland?
Does she mean like take her off the boat?
Off the boat onto the.
Ooh. He kind of thinks.
I can cast magic. You know, I'm not helpless.
She can what?
What kind of magic can you use? If
What-
you don't mind me asking.
What level is this bitch?
I don't know.
I can use some basic and some complicated spells. I had teachings from. I had private classes at the Arcane Brotherhood.
Oh, what's your highest spell, Vinny? Buff game, you should find it out.
My father is the Mage King. You know this, right? Your father met with him on many occasions over magical matters.
Yes, but the reason why I ask is I assume you would have picked your own special spells that you wanted to have learned, correct?
Nala, no.
Wait a minute. Stop.
Nala, no.
But he like he kind of stutters a little bit, not like nervous stuttering. He's like trying to find his words, because he doesn't mind that she comes along, but he is worried for her. It is quite dangerous out there. Are you? If you really want to come along,
I want to
are you
see
prepared
it.
for that?
I want to see the new world. Of course. But you have to keep my secret,
This bitch,
and I'll keep yours.
bitch is gonna die.
No.
This bitch is gonna die.
I feel like you're gonna have to tell Nala so he could step in front of her like at any moment.
Because if this bitch dies, we're gonna get hunted down.
So I cannot guarantee that I can bring you along, but I will talk to my companions. Are you alright with that?
Yes, more than anything.
Alright.
Thank
I
you,
will-
Sir Frey.
He kind of cringes at being called sir.
Frey kind of looks at her and goes, bruh.
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 He does kind of like, his face scrunches up a little bit. He's like, but he smiles and said, "You can just call me Frey. There's no need for formalities. I haven't been a prince."
I'm
for
sorry. I'm still
2
trying to
years."
get rid of the formalities myself.
It's quite alright, and it definitely took me some time to get rid of it.
And people just don't want to
So-
be royal in this
I
fucking.
hope it's not too long. Anyways, we should probably be getting back out to the rest before we draw suspicion.
You're right. You're
And then
right.
with that, she'll open the crawl space and then crawl back out. By the way, Vinny, that I had a specific idea in my head of when she was asking you what you've been doing for the past 2 years, and it's just Frey flashbacking to sitting in his house like in a recliner with a thing of popcorn, watching Magic TV, doing
Honestly?
absolutely nothing.
That's fucking
He was
Honestly,
great.
just
that's
watching.
about it.
He was just watching fantasy anime the entire time.
literally, that's about it. He like
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
worked. He went out to Tallulah's shop to eat, and he went home. He did three things for 2 years.
Frey watched Megaloboxing season 1 and 2, and that's why they're a monk or a fighter, whatever the fuck.
A fighter.
Sword
Just
Art
wa-
Online.
No, just watch Goblin Slayer the whole time.
Fire, you're about to see it again.
Right. So
You're
yeah,
about to see it again. It's not something I can send because it's an entire map. Man, maybe we'll take a picture of it.
I feel like before Frey like immediately crawls out of the crawl space, he just kind of like a
Send a
huge
screenshot.
sigh escapes him. He's like, "Oh, this shit's happening," and then crawls out. And then he's gonna go back up to the top of the boat with her.
All right, and with that, we'll expedite the finding out the runes.
Okay.
Wayne, he does not recognize the runes, and he's very confused.
Which
Do you show him the fact that you can draw them in the air?
Oh, you're talking about mine, not the music.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here, Fiery. That's the options you guys have for building. The group's already kind of picked.
I can drop what we picked in the chat.
I could. Did he say anything about the
that we
music
decided to
runes
go
at all, or is it just those exist? The music.
Fire's on SPC. What Wayne?
Did we find anything about the thing that lights
Are you
up?
asking about the runes you saw in your vision or the musical?
Both. Did he find anything on the musical one before I draw the kid?
He has no historical record of the song.
Mm-hmm.
He could tell you a harper is someone who plays someone who travels and plays a harp. There's no mention in his history books of a place called Ryland. He assumes that in the context of the song, that is the name of a long forgotten kingdom.
So he's writing down a bunch of shit right now. Yeah, I'll
you've made a great historical find.
For the runes, I'll sort of start to draw them, and as they fizzle out, Randor will look at his hand and he'll say, "I don't seem to have the magic capability to hold it in or cast it out, I guess. Complete it.
Is astonishing. This is unlike any magic I've seen. Where did you learn to do this? Do it again."
Randor will
You've
do it
made
again.
The orc is now your best friend.
As he's doing it, he's like,
"Where did you learn to do this?"
I don't know. Got this look on his face.
Dead people.
yeah, you know, for real. He'll pose a casual question. Have you heard of seeing visions when touching certain rocks or runes of any kind?
Well, if they're magically enchanted ruins, yes, they could have a vision implanted within them, but you're making it sound like you've traveled to a place and you've had a vision just from being there, and that makes it sound like you are. Some people say that happens to them when they see visions from a past life or so. I got you, Fiery.
Can he try to draw them, or is it only me? I don't know, because I would assume he has
does,
higher.
and nothing happens.
Okay.
He does, and nothing happens.
Yeah, I was wondering because I assume he had higher spell slots than me, but
not even the. Well, here's the thing: you don't have to expend a spell slot to draw the sigil in the air.
Oh,
you
shit.
can just do it.
Okay.
Yeah, but he can't even. That's what's astonishing him. You're not expending any magic, and you're affecting the weave in some form or fashion.
I just had to expend magic to try to cast the spell that I saw, but I know I can't do it.
Yeah, you draw it, and then you power it with magic.
Hmm. Got it.
But whatever this is either a new form of magic that you have discovered, or very ancient magic that you have rediscovered. Both are extremely interesting to me. Mr. Randor, I think we're going to be very good friends.
Randor kind of nods and bows and says, I'll let you know if I learn anything else. But if you learn anything, please,
Why is Waverly here?
I would like to know. What's happening? Huh?
Nothing, I just got a message.
I'm off being emotional because my mum and I are finally talking after a year, so it's just a bit of an emotional thing. I blame the meds.
Oh, okay. Doing all right.
It's
that,
fine.
Waverly.
It's all right.
All right. So with that, to save time in session, I will message the people that are receiving missions. After a session for
I
like
still
for
have
their
my
missions
meeting
are.
to do with the what's his face.
Yeah. So we
Liam.
can do that. We can do that right now. So you go and you meet with Leon. I never got your name, frog guy.
Well, let's just say that my name in Grung, I got rid of that a long time ago. Just call me Kai.
All right, Mr. Kai. You seem to be a natural born hunter. I've encountered your people in the past as well, and they are crafty.
Quite.
Are you as good as traps as they say the Grung are?
Well, let's just say that not many Grungs. Well, they can. A lot of my people, they can work non-magical traps just fine. Me, on the other hand, as he will snap, and with a rune appearing on the tip of his arrow. Let's just say that that me and the weave have a very special relationship.
I love it. So you have interest in joining Tooth and Claw?
Quite. I haven't had a good hunt in a while, and I mean, while I'm here, no, shouldn't be a problem to polish off the old skills if it means probably learning some more stuff about the creatures around here. And my other talents could prove useful.
Wonderful.
Does Niran pass by on his way back up to the top end?
Sure. Sure.
Oh, he's gonna stop and kind of wave at Kai.
Kai would just give just a small wave back. Just nothing too much, just saying hello without saying it.
He would kind of look and just kind of like he has a look of contemplation on his face. Like he isn't sure if he wants to talk to this man about joining Tooth and Claw or what have you. Because currently, if I'm correct, Van, he's not affiliated with anything of the sort.
I read your backstory, and your backstory mentioned a guild, but it didn't mention
Yeah, I never really picked one.
yeah. So I know what guild, from what you described, I know what guild it would be, but from the sounds of it, it's your mom is in it and you left that guild, correct?
Yeah, probably.
All right, so you would have left the Shimmer Rats.
The what?
The Shimmer Rats. That's
the Thieves
that's
Guild.
the faction you would have stopped working for.
Yeah.
To strike out on your own. Um, what do you do? Like Leon actually stops talking and looks over to Nier and like, your friend. Are you interested in joining?
And he can kind of like look and kind of shrug, like he's contemplating it. He goes, "Well, I'm I'm not sure." And he'd explain that he has before left the Thieves Guild, and he never really joined one up because he was content in the potion shop, but he feels like having someone that he could get extra little you know advice, and other things like quests from would be useful.
Well, let me tell you, we are far more. There are far more. We are far more organized and legal than the Thieves Guild. We pay our hunters for the materials they bring in, and they get discounts in various different smitheries and such. In fact, Westbrook is contracted through Tooth and Claw. So, if you ever wanted, while working for us, to use some of the parts you found to upgrade your gear, Westbrook would give you a discount.
Niren would kind of be nodding, and he'd
There's
laugh
also
at
other
him.
benefits as you. I believe you are. I don't remember if you ever fully decided. If you were, this guy has a mission for you. Yeah. All right. So yeah, this guy would be basically your contact and your handler to the rest of the guild.
I'm going to guess it's Fiery that's messaging you.
He'll find you. He's talking in no mic. Waverly, I guess you could dip and head to class. I don't know if we'll end up moving on the map again or not.
Alrighty, well, just ping me if you guys do move, so I know, like, I'm not just
Okay.
super confused when I come back.
Bye, Waverly.
Okay.
Bye, Waverly.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Waverly.
Boy. Oh yeah, we've only got like 15 minutes left. Don't we?
Yeah.
Yep.
I need to check things out
So-
with the natures. And he'll slide into Sylvan for a second to like figure out the word that he has forgotten, and then he'd come back.
Warden.
And he'd look at Kai and go, "Ah, thanks."
No problem, friend. Whatever you do is your choice. Don't feel obligated on my part.
And he'd nod and he'd be like, "Well, you've never been one to say that I had to be a part of any certain group or organization. I was just wondering if it would be easier if we both, had done
Again,
something."
it's your choice. I know mine. You'll know yours.
And he'll nod and he'll be like, "Leon, can I get back to you on that one?"
By all means.
And he'll nod and he'll go find Nala.
All right. So you go off to find Nala. Kai, do you end up joining Tooth and Claw?
I will join up.
All right. You're given some paperwork. You get given a cool little sash or cloak to wear, and then you also get given. He puts a little suitcase up on the table, and he opens it, and inside are about 6 intricately made brass compasses. These beauties will point you to the if it's within its magical range, will point to the nearest monster or monster of decent size.
So what you're saying is when I want a challenge, follow the compass.
Ninja, it has a 36-mile radius. So on the main map, that is the center circle and two spaces out from the center circle, I believe.
Damn.
Well then,
I believe.
I have our
12,
monster
24,
location button.
36.
I can't wait till it just starts spinning in circles.
That's when we know we're fricked.
It's
Oh, we
also
only
your
have to deal with
early
these
warning
jackies.
system.
That'll be all right. It starts. You pull up the thing. It starts spinning in circles. Ah, fuck.
Ah, damn it again.
All right, and so Niran finds Nala.
Has
How clean
Nala
has Nala
found
made this
Daphne?
spot in the boat?
No, you've cleaned it, and you're supposedly speaking to Daphne. But we're gonna deal with your giving your mission. I'll message you after session.
That's perfectly fine. I just wanted to ask her about one thing.
All right.
She wanted us to bring back live creatures and things, but I don't. Like, I've got the survivalist talent to do a few things, but I need to know specifically how to build like cages, even if it's like crab cages or similar, so I can actually bring back hunts for her.
Well, Fiery, nothing would happen to your bird. They're not about the whole killy stabby things, right?
So she could teach me in like the few days that we're gonna be spending there how to make those cages. That's just all I need.
Here's some. She could make some basic cages. She can teach you. Okay, the issue is they would have to be cages made out of wood and branches. You guys don't have the facilities to make metal cages. You
Which
guys
is fine. That's
can
what I have available.
can
That would just go with my
order metal cages from.
For now, just wooden. Like just because that's my survivalist talent, that'd just be something I can make on the go. I don't have any way of transporting back things right now.
Yeah, so at the start of the game, you're probably just gonna have to bring her back plant samples instead of full creatures, unless you can tame said creature. You just don't have the capability of doing it right now.
Okay, then whatever you want to do later.
All right, and then Niran approaches the two of you, I believe.
Yes, Naren's just like trying. He's gonna ask her, and then he's gonna talk to the short one that kicked Morgie on his ankle. He's just trying to figure out who's all on board for what, and you know, what kind of guild he'd be interested in joining. So this can wait.
Oh, okay. If you
Well,
want
unless
to.
you were planning. Well, yeah, I didn't know if you wanted to continue on with anyone else or if they.
I think you're the last person that has anything to do like on the boat.
Oh, whoops. So he'd just approach and be like, Nala!
Ah, friend, how are you?
And he'd just kind of sigh and he'd be like, trying to make a decision. And he'd just sigh and look towards Daphne. He'd be like, you see, I was a part of shit, I forgot it again. The Thieves Guild. And I left it to venture out on my own. And now I find myself a part of no guild with when guilds are in search of a lot of things. So I'm trying to see which guild I would like to be a part of.
Ah, that makes a lot of sense. Well, as you can see from my dear friend Daphne here, we're a peaceful sort, more with maintaining order in the natural world and learning new things. We try to preserve nature in its beauty and splendor, rather than tear it apart or the like. We understand some sacrifices must be made for the people, chopping down some wood for houses and the like. But we enforce that we're not I believe the term is strip mining, just stealing all of nature's bounties without regards to the surroundings.
The take what you need approach.
He would nod and kind of think on it more, and then he'd go and find Morgiana's person.
You go and you find Yafira, who is currently scribbling on a piece of paper. Looks to be like some kind of little map she's got done up. May I help you, dear?
And he'd nod and he'd be like, well, I am currently guildless, and I would like to weigh my options. What are you guys about?
All right. We go into really dangerous, really old places. Disarm traps, sometimes with our bodies. Find treasure and then leave. Is that a good enough summary?
The feathers on his head would kind of twitched a little bit. And he'd be like, yes, it does sound interesting.
You're more of the more roguish type, and she like takes one of her staffs and she taps like your ankles and then up on your legs, like wings too. Don't have to touch the floor. You are interesting.
Give me a second.
You
He
are
was just
accepted
felt
into
here
the.
in my lap.
Oh,
Dang it,
Are you
Dales.
guys that drunk?
No, he
No.
was trying to crush ice against the side of my desk,
Yeah, I
and
think.
one bottle fell into the
Yeah,
next.
yeah,
and
no,
fucking-
they're drunk. They're drunk.
I'm not drunk. It's cold.
Hey,
Ah,
you're
that's
not
what a
drunk.
drunk person would say.
Austin's drunk.
Listen, I am not drunk. I may have had more than literally everybody else here, but I'm not drunk.
No, anyway,
Uh,
can you repeat that, please?
The disappointment in Dan.
She like looks you up and down, looks at your wings, goes, "Yeah, you're accepted. I'll get you your symbol and your lantern right away."
And he'd just kind of look at her like, is that what happened?
Eh?
And he
Did you not want to join the Delvus?
And he'd nod. He'd be like, "Oh no, it was very interesting." And he'd kind of like mull it over, and he'd reach into his pocket, and I don't know if these are of any value to her, but he'd pull out his little shiny pearls.
No,
The
these
ones
are
that he
sea
got
glass
from
or these actual pearls?
No, these are pearls. These are the ones he commandeered from the first ship they were on.
Yes. Commandeered.
Oh, those pearls. Those greenish.
Yeah, the pretty green
I got
pearls, the
you.
only ones that you told me
Uh-oh.
Hold on. Let me just roll a dice real quick.
Oh no.
Why in the nine hells do you have those?
He would quickly close his hand and pull it back and ask, "Well, why can't I have them?"
I'm not saying you can't. But it's strange that you do. I mean, are you a lycanthrope?
Excuse.
Why would you have so many?
Am I near this conversation? Or am I still below deck?
See here, that conversation is happening. You would be below deck.
Shit.
And he'd
Wait,
be like,
isn't Nala right next to this conversation?
and
Yes.
He would shake his head. He'd be like, "No, I am not."
All right, I've really bad perception, but can I please try to overhear this?
Yeah, sure.
Nala scrubbing lycanthrope.
Hey!
Whoa.
17. You overheard this. She asked Niran if Niran is a lycanthrope.
Nala's intrigued and will wander over to listen.
No, I am not.
Hmm.
What are these for?
Why on?
And he'd look a bit embarrassed. He'd be like, I
Hmm.
have not yet controlled my urge of shiny.
Oh, god damn it. Admitting to stealing.
Okay. She looks at you and she gets it. She goes, "Do you know what drugs are?"
Oh no.
Van, is this a fucking callback to the things that we had in the cave?
Am I anywhere near this?
Is this the fucking
Um,
moonstone shit that sent werewolves and the like into fucking overdrive?
Oh no.
Oh yeah, that was the
Answer
thing.
Niran, are you gonna answer the question?
He'd look at her and he'd be a little offended. He'd be like, of course, I am not some child. I just don't know
All
what
right,
this
those
drug
are
is,
drugs for
thank you."
lycanthropes.
And he'd kind
It-
of
it-
like,
it's drugs for lycanthropes.
Oh no.
It and super concentrated at that. Once again, another valuable material that comes from the Feywild, highly illegal. Don't know how you got your hands on that, yet and on it, and yet so many of them.
he's
But
just gonna,
yeah,
he's gonna tuck him back into his bag.
Great, we have drugs.
Again,
Wonderful.
was I anywhere near that?
from what I'm,
Even worse, not even
just roll
drugs.
me we'll say you overheard this conversation. Yeah, we'll say you overheard this. You overheard. Where the hell did you get those? And yeah, so they started asking if she was if Nira was a lycanthrope.
They're not even drugs we can fuck
You
around
overheard that
with.
bit.
God.
Deals?
I'm here.
I love that
Yeah,
Lexi
you overheard
just
that,
has
yeah.
drugs.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna kind of just passively listen in.
And as like Yafira explains, you know exactly the substance they are talking about. You know that the Yakazawa family, their thing, the entire family is lycanthropes. Lycanthropes of varying different kinds, and they all carry and produce a very particular drug that they eat in a time of emergency that throws them into overdrive.
Oh.
It will,
Call back!
Randor's remembering
it
some
will throw their
things.
it will cause them to fully transform and push even further beyond their base form, taking their triggering a thing they refer to as the primal transformation.
Great. They're One Piece
Most
characters
of
on
them
crack.
do not live. Most of them do not live after the primal transformation. They will either die from any form of internal damage from the transformation, or from blood flow not functioning properly, or they will have to be put down.
Great.
Nala!
Small amounts of it can be taken for big boosts. And from the sounds of it, it sounds like that this owl folk has about 2 big handfuls of lycanthrope crack.
Oh,
Okay,
no!
To be more precise, he has 20 of these little pearls.
Man, I would hate for Baragon to get a hold of that.
Nala on drugs.
Wait, is Nala a
You
lycanthrope?
know, Ninja
He's not.
Ninja experienced this drug firsthand in his session 0.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, Ninja, you remember that?
What? Sorry, I had to
You-
leave the room for a
Kai,
second.
Kai would know this drug. You
Here
remember the
it
guy that attacked your
Oh,
shop?
20 little green pearls.
He
Why do
he
you
popped a
have
little
all
thing in
of
his mouth and bit
those?
down.
They were on our first boat, and he seen that they were shiny, so he shoved 2 big handfuls into his
So they
bag.
didn't use that against Randor.
You know the first boat you guys
remember.
kicked the butts
I
of a
get it.
bunch of yakuza.
I remember.
You kicked the butts of a bunch of Yakuzawa members that were unloading and loading onto that boat, and then
Oh my
Niran
God.
just popped a crate open and just said,
Oh
"Oh,
my God.
hey, look at these!"
Oh my god.
Did y'all
And
have
with us
Well-
finding out that our owl friend has, a crap ton of drugs, it's 9 o'clock.
Good news.
It is that
go ahead.
o'clock.
Luckily, they don't have much effect on people who aren't lycanthropes. When you take one as lycanthrope, let's just say that from experience, that does not go well.
So he would to wrap things up in the conversation, he'd be like, I also look for different things I like to steal. And he'd steal her sight. If he can. I guess no wait, he can only do that if he sneak attacks, huh?
Yeah, you have to attack her.
Hello?
Which is
You have
not
to
smart.
Stab her.
You probably don't want to do that.
He can he punch her in the arm? Can he ask to punch her in the arm to show her?
Nala is flanking.
Okay, here's the thing. The best the best way to do this is tell her to turn around, punch her in the back, and to get your
Yes,
sneak
okay.
attack.
He'd be like, here, I also steal other things. Turn around. I'll give it back, I promise.
This isn't going to work. I know when I'm being pickpocketed, young one.
He's
Ah.
gonna
And she
punch
turns
her in
around.
the shoulder and steal her sight.
She's staring
Bonk
up
her
at,
on the head.
I just love how she's like staring like face first into like Nala's like stomach, and then nothing.
No. He can only steal. She can only not see him. I become invisible to her.
That's slightly saddening.
And so she turns around. What was that for? Where did you go?
And let's see.
Where did you
how
go?
How does that one get given back? Do I just decide to give it back?
I think you just decide to give it back.
Oh, yeah, I can just decide to give it back. I give it back.
But
And he'd say, I can also steal your voice and many other things.
you, Faye, never do that again. Not to me, at least.
I won't. I usually try not to. And he'd kind of like smile. He'd be like, so do I have to give up the stuff that I find?
Not necessarily. Just a portion of it.
And how fair are you guys with that? And will I get paid for the stuff that I bring back that you do take?
Yes. But to be better, you get better pay the higher rank you are. And that involves doing many dungeon and ruin runs.
Well, there are many that have not been gone through here, so
Hopefully.
9 o'clock.
and
So I take it you want to join?
he'd ooh, that does sound cool. Yeah, he'll join.
All right. You get given a lantern with the I'll add it. You can search it in the compendium. It's a bullseye lantern, and it has the symbol.
Alright, Van, give us the outtake. I'm falling
Van?
asleep.
I was
Alright.
eavesdropping. And I was like, sounds like fun. Sign me up too.
Okay, and we'll end right there. Thank you guys for playing.
Oh,
This session did not go in the way I thought it was going to go at all.
Oh shit! There's no outtake.
There's what?
Damn.
What do you mean outtake?
No camera zoom out.
Oh yeah, no, not this session.
Ah.
That's I'm trying to have that every other session.
Well, damn. I'm tired.
Yeah,
I enjoyed
try,
this
I try to
session.
do that every other session, so I have more
This was
time
a
to write
great
it.
Session.
Oh
I
yeah,
loved it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
I
good.
liked a bit more of a role play session for once rather than pure
Oh.
rather than
yeah, it
pure
was a heavy
murder.
roleplay session.
We will.
You guys got introduced to the town building mechanic.
We will.
Oh god, this is gonna break my brain.
We will see you
Which-
guys.
Don't forget to put
By
that
the way,
happiness up.
Yeah, bring
yeah,
that
the happiness has go
up.
up. By the way, you guys get to pick where you want the farm and where you want the lodge. So if those of you that want to stick around, we can do that real quick. Doesn't have to be on stream.
Farming
Okay.
simulator will
You get to
be
pick where they go.
in between session, and next session
Okay.
we'll show you where those went. So
Yeah,
yeah,
well, yeah, we're playing Sim City between sessions. So.
we will see you guys next session.
So they
And I
recommend-
said
Huh?
the field was how big? 30-foot square.
All right, bye.